Did I do that right? Oh, hey, it's working. Excellent connection. That's cool. Alright. We are live, I think. Cool. That's awesome. Alright. It is Sunday night, so I don't think a single person is going to be joining the stream. So that's great. Never mind, there is a single person. Hello, Sunky. How are you doing today? Um, great. Uh, Hello, KWTN316, Connor Cartoons, Muffin Han, Doggo69. I'm impressed that there are actually people joining this live stream at, on a Sunday night. I'm incredibly impressed. Today, everyone, we are going to be rewatching the Lawsuit Arc on SMG4. We're going to be reviewing it because I wanted to do this for a while, but sleeping is ridiculously hard. So, yeah. But before we do that, I need to link my accounts on Discord because nothing is working properly. I don't think my account is actually linked. Connections? No, it's under... Wait, what? Is it under integrations or something? Hold on, chat. I do hate the Sark. Fun fact, okay. Chat, give me a second, chat. Discord changes their layout all the time, and I can never figure it out. Is it under connections? Or is it under profile? No, it can't be under profiles. I thought it was like under integrations or something. Well, let me turn off streamer mode. Devices. No. Viewers are. What happened? Oh no. I just dropped 1,000,000 frames. Whoa, chat. We might have to lower some settings here. Give me a second. This is all over the place, isn't it? Okay, we might not be able to go that high. Oh, crap. We should be back. We should be back. Okay. Okay, here. Okay, now it's working. Alright. Now let me go and view more. Alright, chat. Give me a second. Wait, I can't link more than one account on my... Wow, that's whack. Oh, I can. Yeah, click this button. Alright, chat. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm breaking everything. Okay? I'm sorry. My apologies. Okay, it opened up on that screen. Okay, cool. I am very... What is going on? Chat. Everything is breaking. What? Am I dropping frames again? Why do I keep dropping frames? What is... Chat. Okay, we might have to do that. No. Okay, clearly my internet just wants to screw with me today. So that's fun. Great. Click this here. No, I'm clicking... What the heck? Allow that. Okay. Chat, I am so sorry. It's like I have viewers watching me fail live streaming horribly. I've never actually had this problem before in a really long time. I cannot tell you why this is working. Okay, it says it's linked. Okay. Yeah, do it in this way, then on profile, I don't care. Then turn back on streamer mode. How do I turn back on streamer mode? Voice and video, accessibility. Okay, connect. No, it can't. It's not on connections, is it? Appearance, notifications. Oh, there's a whole section called streamer mode. Okay, we turn back on streamer mode. Okay, we're good. All right, so how is everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing good. Watching me fail miserably live streaming. What just happened? What just happened? What? Okay. We should be good. We should be good now to actually begin. All right. What no data. What the heck does that mean? Okay. Hello Timmy D, Nick the random one. I think Big Floppa. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. I don't know how many people. Okay, look, okay, my everything is falling apart right now. I have no idea why. Okay. Are we good? Please tell me we're actually, like, good. Okay. I'm gonna close out of Discord. Reopen that here. Okay. Up the volume. We are going to be rewatching the Lawsuit Arc today, everyone. As soon as I get this sorted out, I live button way too early, so apologies about that. Good. Are we good? 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 No, we're not. We're not good. What? Everything is, like, falling apart. This is ridiculous. Alright, then we'll lower it to this. Please, internet. Internet, please. This is I'm trying to actually have an audience here. Internet. Why is my ISP screwing me over? The one time I want to live stream, my ISP is going to screw me over. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, but it's true. Alright. Green. I see the color green. Are we good? Are we good? Are we finally ready to begin? Are we good? We should be good. I am so sorry to all my viewers watching this. I'm very sorry. Hey Flood, how are you today? We are going to be rewatching the Lawsuit Arc to the best of my ability. As long as my internet doesn't keep screwing me over, we're gonna lower this quality to like 480. So that should be good. Y'all ready to begin? Torture? We're gonna be rewatching the Lawsuit Arc. We're gonna be critiquing the writing to the best of my ability. On a Sunday night where nobody's gonna be watching it because it's Sunday night. There you go. And, yeah. We're gonna start off. This is the first episode. This is SMG4 Gets Sued. Let us begin. Chat. I'm ready. I am ready. Alright. Let me know how the sound quality is going to be. And, we can begin. Let me know if the sound is, if you guys can hear the video or not, and all that good stuff. Alright. Man gets a letter from Nintendo, he's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Prediction! Another prediction correct, he says, oh no. Crazy. And then he eats it, okay.
Hello.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. There's a garden here, right? Why do they have, like, this garden to the side of the castle when they can, like, then they already have a garden in the back of the castle? Like, there's a built-in garden in the back of the castle that's in the SM64 map, but they don't use it here. Instead, they have their own garden to the side. Like, that's kind of weird. And why does this garden specifically only appear here? Why is it in, like, no other episode? That's incredibly weird. But, you know, whatever. Let's keep going. I mean, yeah, why not? I'm just saying, like, they could use the SM64 garden because it exists. Oh god, it's a door. What will he do? Oh my god. It's Lawyer Kong from SMG4.
Can he see me? Please. Don't, please.
Oh my god, it smells like shit.
No, Mom, get back in and hide.
Oh god, it's the monkey.
Yo, there you are. We've been looking everywhere for you.
Ah, crap. Hey, Stinky.
It's been 5 years since we met Mario Odyssey, and people have been getting this.
That's kind of weird, right? It's been 5 years since Mario Odyssey. He's not wrong, but like, there's been plenty of Mario games since then. I mean, I guess in this universe, whatever, there hasn't been like another Mario game, but like, come on now. There's been other Mario games. It's just been like, come on.
Can't take the next dead well out of stock.
No! Mamma mia! Boring.
I guess the logic here is that Mario just doesn't want to work at Nintendo.
It's an intellectual property contract.
Very good. I can see you've done your legal research.
Okay, so already, not even 2 minutes into this arc. Alright, not even 2 minutes in, I'm already annoyed at the voice for Lawyer Kong. Like, incredibly annoyed. And it's because God, I think it does get better throughout the arc. You do get more used to it, but this first episode where they do use like the DK rap AI uberduck.ai voice, it gets kind of annoying here because, for one, you could just read the captions, but like, this is an example of like where the text doesn't line up with the voice. Like, the line in the text doesn't line up in the voice. Look. Look, it just, like, even if you can't understand the AI voice, you could be like, oh, I'll just read the captions, but then the captions don't line up with the voice and what he's actually saying, so it's like, what, like, he's like, very good, blank, and then your mind just gets confused, so like, what's the point in the captions?
Research. It means that we intend to own you and never take me alive. Get that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, Pluckley do. Wow, Bowser's Fury did come out like 2 years ago. That's crazy.
Restraining order.
See, this is creative. I love this. I love this so much. The ability that he has, like, contracts, and they're all, like, powerful, and he could do literally whatever he wants with said contracts. It's very creative. I'll give it that. It is really creative. I'm being pinged, and I can't see, but, like, yeah. It's very creative. And it's so creative that I wish they used it more. They barely used his ability to, like, use certain contracts and stuff. I'm dropping frames. And it's like, why couldn't you use more of his ability of, like, oh, he has a restraining order, Toad goes flying. Why couldn't he do that literally anywhere else? Yeah, it's a private server I'm using. And I love this too. Okay, I love this too. This is creative, and I think they use it a lot in this episode. When they use like different Nintendo consoles as like weapons and different like Nintendo items that you'll see later on in this video, like the Wii remotes and nunchucks, that's really creative. I love that. Brilliant like action scene-y kind of thing. But it's so weird that he doesn't really demonstrate those powers later on in the arc with like the restraining orders and stuff and the different contracts. It's weird.
Sorry, Mario. Nintendo is the only entity I can't make mad. Oh.
Gonna kill you and I'll keep killing you.
Well, that's unfortunate. So Mario gets captured. Lawyer Kong, pretty angry. Like, look how cool this is. Like, he whips out like the contracts. Like, that's so cool. I'm dropping frames. Waiting for my frames to not drop. Waiting for frames to come back again. I seriously don't know what's going on with my internet tonight. It's crazy. Gonna lower the bitrate again, I guess. That's cool. Okay. Alright. We're back, I think. Great. This is really annoying. I don't know why my internet is just dying tonight. It's so weird, but whatever. So yeah. He's got the contracts. Really cool idea. Love that. Love the IP Ownership Act, the intellectual property contracts, restraining orders. It's so cool he just whips it out of the suitcase. That's cool. I like that.
No!
We got games to make.
So, what did Mario do?
Do I have do I have to explain this? do I have to explain this? All right. Instantly assuming it's Mario's fault. All right. Why have to assume it's Mario's fault? But whatever. I'm not here to get into those debates. I'm here to critique the arc. I'm not here to critique Meggy Mario's relationship or whatever.
This time.
Nintendo's come for him.
Super Mario World Universe 69 Plus.
Another uberduck.ai.
Help me! Yahoo!
With gun. Hey Jocko, yeah. Watching the Lawsuit Arc in terrible quality because my internet decides to screw me over today.
Oh, eto, tutto lavato, l'abito. Mamma mia.
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Now look at these cool powers. Like, I love this. Hold on. So Mario's upset.
No, you're not.
Lawyer Kong whips out his contract and controls Mario or whatever. That's so cool.
You are going to obey your creatures.
And look, there's another example of like the line not matching up with his dialogue, right? If we go back here. Like, you're going to obey your creators, Mario. Why doesn't his voice at the end say Mario? Why do the captions not match up with his speech? This is especially prominent in this episode in particular. It's not that bad in the later episodes of the arc. But, like, why? Like, why don't his voice lines match up with his captions? It doesn't make sense. Meggy saves Mario.
Yahoo! Need some saving once again, Mario? Oh yeah! Aha!
So,
Sorry, guys.
You know, it's not this episode. It's not that bad having Meggy included. I think this does kind of suit Meggy's character a little bit with her coming to actually save Mario. I think that's a good use of her character. I think it's a perfect position for her character. It's not. I don't think another character could really do this, to be honest with you. But when she's a main character in the rest of the arc, though, that's kind of iffy. But I do like how she does save Mario here. Now, hold on. Now, I'm gonna have to go back here. Okay, she's on a rope. I was about to say, is she flying, like... Hold on a second. Is she flying? No, she's using a rope. Okay.
Oh no!
Miyamoto gets sad. Lawyer Kong's upset.
I got Mario.
Meggy comes in.
Looks like Meggy saves the day again.
Hello.
What's wrong, SMG4?
Meggy, don't you understand? There are powers that be that we shouldn't be messing with.
Very scary.
Mario appears after being thrown out of the window. Not shown him coming back in, but alright.
Get behind me, Mario. I'll handle this.
Paint bomb doesn't explode in paint.
Can I help you?
Alright, so I do want to talk about this part a little bit. This is terrific animation. This is amazing. I think this is shadow animating. And I think this was expressed by Vickless in the criticism podcast that we did less than a month ago. Shadow's animation is, at least in my opinion, is wonderful. But there are some problems with it. Is that when the scene, especially in this episode, when the previous scene before this has a completely different animation style, it's very prominent and very noticeable when it's Shadow's animation. Especially, now, for me, this bothers me. I think this is just a me problem personally, rather than anything else. Anyone else. The text boxes, if this is Shadow's animation, I think it's Shadow's. The text boxes don't match up at all with the previous text boxes in the episode. So, for example, Meggy's text box here is not the same color or the same size as the previous scene before, and it's weird. And it sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
I swear I had nothing to do with it. Please don't.
And see, this text box is fine. It may have a little bit too much of an outline, maybe too thick, but other than that, like, you're not going to notice this if it was just that. But, like, Meggy's beforehand...
Can I help you?
It's yellow.
I swear I had nothing to do with it. Please don't sue me.
Calm down, SMG4.
It's not.
No
it's
one's
not.
getting
Yeah.
sued. Now
Shadows
get
are
out of
different.
here Before I make you get out.
As I said, like this is brilliant animation.
Objection! Cease and desist? Under
Yeah.
what grounds?
Great, like, yeah.
Mushroom Kingdom, Act 9, Clause 24. For a cease and
And I like
desist
this
order,
because she
copyright
did
infringement
go
must
to a
occur
university,
and
go
not
through the
violating
process of law
anything.
school and stuff, so she obviously knows this as her character. And I'm glad that they did bring this back in the arc itself.
That's right. I went to law school.
Am I dropping frames? I'm dropping frames again. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna wait for my frames to come back. Here, I guess they came back. Okay, cool. Great. Love it when my frames just drop. That's great. How low do I need to make my bitrate before it just doesn't work anymore? It's really weird how my bitrate's just dying. It might be my, my router or whatever, but yeah. Yeah, as she said, she did go to law school, so, as I was talking about. Lawyer Kong angry, spawns in Nintendo ninjas. And I love this, as I expressed earlier. I love how they use Nintendo items in this episode. Really creative, and they're mostly Mario Kart items, but you know they're not. Not all of them are Mario Kart items, but you know, you get what I mean. Really cool. It's very creative when they use when they have scenes like this, like the action scenes where yeah. When they have when they use the Nintendo items, very creative. Am I dropping frames again? No, I'm not. Okay, whatever.
Hey, those aren't Nintendo items.
And then, yeah, that's creative, like that, like the Metal Mario. That's nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Sister Toad? How are you today?
Oh yeah, a GMC.
And here's the DMCA. This is the first time that we see the DMCA. Yeah, this is the first time that we see the DMCA. That's going to be a major problem in the later part of the arc, which is crazy how Lawyer Kong threatens the DMCA initially here, after being extremely angry, but like, there's a, you need Miyamoto to sign the DMCA for it to actually, I guess, work, which is established later in the arc. So it is kind of weird how he does threaten to use it here, when he's gonna need Miyamoto's permission or whatever.
Oh no.
It means.
But I digress. It is.
About making
It does make
SMG4
a little bit sense.
videos.
It does
Channel
make
cease to
sense.
exist.
It does make sense.
So come with me now, before I have to do.
And there's another example. Yeah, the DMCA is a piece of paper now, but it's actually, yeah, it's stone later, which is, yeah, it is. That is weird. That is a weird inconsistency. But maybe the model just wasn't complete yet by this point. So maybe they just didn't have the model ready by this point. So, you know. This could be a reasoning, but like it's kind of weird that they wouldn't have all the models finished by this point if it's going to be an arc.
Oh, hello, sir.
So-
I just got by. Oh,
Kuchi kuchi. Come na tuturo sa reparo.
Miyamoto comes in, kidnaps Luigi,
but.
changes his mind instantly, doesn't want Mario, he wants Luigi, which is also kind of weird, because, it's kind of weird because Luigi is technically
I'm glad you could stay with us, Mario.
in a similar position.
But what about Luigi?
Yeah, story inconsistency is story inconsistency, so. Yeah.
Super Luigi gardening.
Nintendo.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes me think that as well. And yeah, that's the first episode. Overall, I think it's a good start. I think it sets up a simple story. It's a decent start. Obviously, there were some flaws here in the episode, here and there. But overall, I think it was a good start. It kind of reminded me, as I said in my review, it kind of reminds me of how the Waluigi arc initially started, with how it felt like a completely standalone episodic episode, and then transitioned smoothly into an arc, whereas in arcs prior, it didn't really give away that same feeling. So I think that's kind of what this arc achieves really well. It achieves really good. It's a really good. It's a good feeling at the start of this arc. It's a really good first episode. However, we are about to enter the next episode, in which that's probably alone gonna kill my bit, right? So as soon as I click onto this, so I'm gonna click on this, and we're gonna have to wait a little bit before I can move on. Maybe I'm not entirely sure, but this next episode, Mario can't play with you anymore. Second episode. There was an episode in between this. It was the Tari episode that's non-canon, but that doesn't really matter. And then this episode came out 2 weeks after the last episode. So I presume by now everything is, everything, yeah. So, just making sure my bitrate's okay from loading that page. We should be good. And yeah, alright. Let's go.
Nice.
Start off with Peach's Castle. Reminiscent of classic days, I guess.
Ow!
The princess has been captured.
Todis? Ano tira rito? Api para to tarbato tutu.
Mario obliterates Toad.
What?
It's great to actually see Bowser being used here for the small parts that he is in this arc. That he does appear in this arc, he barely ever makes any other appearances other than this. I would love to actually see him appear more in this arc, but fun fact, Bowser has not made an appearance in the series since WotF 2022, so that's cool. Great. Most episodes, I think, these days on SMG4 since WotF 2022 have barely actually have many Nintendo characters in them, except for Mario and Luigi. All of them have pretty much only been OCs, I think. Thanks, Mo and friends. But, yeah. Alright. Let's keep going. Because, just wanted to point that out, that, like, barely any Nintendo-related characters have appeared since WotF 2022. And don't know what 2023 is gonna bring us. How many Nintendo characters are gonna be in that? When 2023 hits, I'd imagine it's just gonna be a bunch of OCs, but we'll see. Can't use guns, it gets censored. Very, cool idea. Was there an animation error there? I thought it was Toadsworth for some reason. I guess it was just the colors. It's not. Luigi.
Oh yeah.
Luigi's normal.
Oh.
Dies.
Oh. Ano tira rito? Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Oh no. Wah. Wah.
Bowser appears by, except he was in the castle beforehand, implying that he teleported. So, cool. GMOD map change, and then we have this barrier. Mario's hand falls off, can't get past the barrier. So this is a really cool idea. I love this barrier idea here, where the Nintendo IP are on one side of the barrier, the rest are outside. Really cool idea. I presume I think it's stated Lawyer Kong does set up the barrier. So that's a cool idea. I love that. The problem is, after this episode, the barrier, after, the IP contract. They get the IP contract. Meggy becomes an Inkling again. SMG4, and they all go to on the other side of the barrier. The barrier's kind of forgotten about. It's kind of a concept that doesn't get. It just doesn't. It doesn't get really brought up again, and it's weird. I would love to have seen them like actually have the barrier be a more solid plot point. But you know, it's whatever.
Huh? Oh god, what's going on? Huh?
And we have Meggy. Didn't need to bring her here, but you know, it's Meggy.
SMG4. What happened? Where are we?
I don't know. Last thing I remember was watching memes while I was on the toilet yesterday. What? Well, things seem normal. Let's just.
So again, reestablishing the fact that, you know, all non-Nintendo IP are on the other side of the barrier. Another problem that you're going to notice as the arc continues, the non-Nintendo no other character is really seen except for this short little segment here. They don't really get used. Like SMG 1 and 2 they didn't even have a single line in this entire arc, despite them being related to SMG 4. Let's see. Rob, you know, doesn't get used. Karen doesn't get used, as you just saw. SMG 3, which you're about to see, barely gets used. And it's like, wouldn't these other non-Nintendo IP characters, wouldn't they, like, kind of wonder what's going on and would also want to investigate outside of just SMG4 and Meggy? You figured they would somewhat care, especially if they just randomly wake up in a wasteland one day.
Yeah, alright. I bet you Mario has something to do with this.
And there's I hate that line. Yeah. I'll get to Kaizo in a second, Glitchy Boy 10. But yeah, instantly blaming Mario again. There's another line from the last Arc episode. Meggy blames Mario for getting into trouble. Here she is blaming Mario again. At this point, you get used to it.
Hey, why are we blocked off from the kingdom?
And is that Mario?
Alright, see ya, Nick the random one.
Mario, what's going on? What is this?
Instantly charges the barrier. That's kind of a dumb move, to be honest. Like, he figured he would. I don't know. If I woke up in a wasteland one day and like saw a giant barrier barring me from my house, the first thing I would not do is charge the barrier. just saying. It's not what I would do.
They hate you, idiot!
Oh my god, it's Lawyer Kong.
Lawyer Kong? That's me.
I see you found the fireball!
And I guess that's the official name, isn't it? Firewall. I don't think they use that. I don't think they mentioned that name more than once. And that's the official name for it. So, that's cool. Otherwise, I probably would have memorized that name. I probably would have known that was the name for the actual barrier, but it's called. I guess it's called Firewall. Yeah. So here we have Lawyer Kong. He's about to explain the plot. Let me just let him explain it.
What them doing? Keeping that trash out!
His voice sounds a little bit better. I kind of get used to it at this point. Other than the last episode. Last episode was kind of whack. It was kind of hard to listen to. Here it actually sounds okay. It's not the best, but it is still uberduck.ai.
Who you calling trash?
So
Before join all those years ago. Friends in tanto lenses to be.
okay, what did they download this video? What kind of I'm pretty sure you all can't see it on the stream itself, but this flashback quality is very blurry. I just realized this. Like, compared this text to the text behind it, it's very blurry. Now, I do like this flashback, how they flash back to SMG4 Origins, and they still act like, and yeah, they're still going across the idea of SMG4 Origins, so this is another result of what was established in cosmology, where SMG4 comes in, he spreads his memes everywhere, everyone becomes dumb. This is Lawyer Kong trying to rectify that. Now, here's a problem here with that, and it's a small problem. Lawyer Kong has memory of this, and he's one of the very few people that does have memory of this. But it's a small problem. It's not that big of a problem, you know. It doesn't really matter in the long run, but it is still kind of a problem nonetheless. Especially because SMG4, especially in SMG3, didn't remember that in SMG4 Origins. But it's a small problem. It's not that big. It's not that much of a problem. But yeah, it is still kind of there. But that kind of proves that Nintendo does know. But it's kind of weird that, like, nobody else kind of remembers that the day of that happening. But other than, like, the ancient memes. But now, okay, this text-to-speech is awful. What? Okay, hold on. Wait for this last line here.
He spread his beats like a disease, and everyone became stoop-doops.
Stoop-doop. Stoop-doop. What is a stoop-doop? Hold on.
He spread his beats like
Hold
a
on.
disease, and everyone became stoop-doops.
That I hope that line alone clarifies what I'm saying about how bad his AI voice is. And look, this is another example of the caption not matching up with his voice. Why don't the captions match up with his voice? Like, his line was, he spread his memes like a disease, and everyone became stupid. Why doesn't his voice say across the Mushroom Kingdom? And or why does the text include extra words? It doesn't make sense.
Today is SMG4 everything changed. He spread his beats like a disease, and everyone became stoop-doops.
Stoop-doop. Stoop-doop. Great. Love that. Stoop-doop.
I just wanted to make videos.
So now I've got permission from Nintendo to keep trash out.
Look, this is exactly what I'm saying. Why does his voice not match up with his captions?
So now I've got permission from Nintendo to keep trash out.
This is a prime example.
Videos.
So now
I forgot about
I've got
this.
permission from Nintendo to keep trash.
He literally skips like I'm sorry. But like, why? So even if you want to read the captions and you can't comprehend what he's saying because his AI voice is bad, even if you wanted to read the captions, his voice doesn't match up with the captions, making it hard to read, making it hard to understand what he's saying in the caption. Carelessness. Yep, exactly. You cannot understand what he just said there. Like, this man is explaining extremely important plot points, and it is incredibly hard for the viewer to understand what he's saying. I would be fine with them using the DK rap, right? If it didn't sound bad. It's weird. It's stoop-doop.
No!
You big monkey!
Mamma mia!
Oh.
and Luigi transforms.
Luigi?
So this is cool lighting, dramatic effect, like the animation here. I do like, as I said, I like the concept of everyone behind the barrier. All the Nintendo IP are reverting back to their usual self from before the Guardian Pod crashed in SMG4 Origins. Really creative idea, going back to something that was previously established in Genesis. Terrific idea. Love this. This is the like, if I was writing for SMG4, this would be an obvious idea for an arc where people start reverting their stupidity. The problem is this execution is not really good. It's not terrific. It's a good concept with them reverting reverting their stupidity completely. But it's not executed well. It's a good setup, as I'm saying. It's a really good setup for the rest of the arc. Luigi's turning normal. Mario freaks out.
Have seen the losers.
Don't worry, Mario. We're gonna get through this wall and free everyone if it's the last thing we do.
And yes, she charges the wall again. 4th those 3, that's a funny gag, I guess. Everything gets censored. Again, cool idea. Yeah, he sounded like he said, "See the losers."
It's no use. We can't get through.
Wait, what about over there?
Am I dropping frames? Did I just drop a bunch of frames? Did I just, what? That was weird. I just got a notification. That's kind of weird. Alright. So now we have, what? Hello? What's going on here? What? Are we still live? It says I'm live on OBS, but it's not saying I'm live on YouTube for some reason. I think we're good. I think we're good. Somewhat good. Yeah, you would think that the whole main cast would be there as well. But, you know, yeah, it's only Meggy, SMG4, Mario, and Luigi. It's weird. So what we're about to come up to is the scene with the security checkpoint. The security checkpoint is a little bit of a small issue here. They just spent a lot of time beating up the barrier and trying to get around it when there's a security checkpoint literally right next to them. Okay, everyone's saying I'm still live. Okay, that's good. There was a security checkpoint right next to them. And the entire time they were beating up the barrier, or the firewall as its official name, they never noticed the security checkpoint till now. So I guess that's funny in its own way.
You.
Hello there.
Okay, he's good.
So this is kind of weird. Why a security checkpoint would also exist here in the first place. Considering I think all Nintendo IP are meant to be on the other side of the firewall. Lopper Young, yeah, true. Let me mod you really quickly. Okay. Yeah, so it was just one. I think it's meant to imply that all Nintendo IP are on the other side of the firewall, but for some reason, some Nintendo IP aren't, so I guess this is why the security checkpoint exists. But even then, it's kind of weird as to why they were able to get Mario and Luigi on the other side of the firewall, but not some Nintendo IP. It's weird, whatever.
You.
Swag.
69,69,000. It's not possible! You feel shame, yes?
You what, mate? What do you mean? Where's your manager? I was in the James Bond 64. Green.
Okay, he's good.
Damn straight. What the hell is this?
Don't worry, I'll beat that guard up and we'll rush in!
No, Meggy, don't you understand? We're in this mess because you pissed off Lawyer Kong.
SMG4,
So this is kind of weird. This is a little bit of a nitpick here. So as I said in the last episode, I liked what they did with how the arc started, how it kind of felt like a natural transition into an arc. It kind of felt similar to the Waluigi arc, but there is a little bit of a problem here, because at the end of the episode, Miyamoto's like, "Oh my God, it's Luigi! Whoa! Holy crap, it's Luigi!" And he's like, "Oh, I want to make a game out of Luigi instead of using Mario." But this episode, I guess Miyamoto changed his mind on screen or something. It's kind of just a weird thing how all of a sudden he wants Luigi. Well, what happened to that deal? Did he not want Luigi anymore? Did Luigi, like, mess up or something? There could be, like, an entire separate thing for that, but whatever.
just trying to help.
I know. I'm sorry. I just really don't want to piss off Nintendo anymore. If Miyamoto signs a DMCA, then my whole channel...
And here's another thing. Here we have the fact that Miyamoto needs to sign the DMCA for the DMCA to actually work. Once again building up the hype of the DMCA that this is going to be a problem later on in the arc. Last episode, they did not mention Miyamoto needing to sign the DMCA, and they used it as a threat. So that's a little bit kind of inconsistent, kind of not. It kind of depends on your perspective, I guess. You could say that it isn't that much of an inconsistency. Lawyer Khan just used it as a threat, and he could just get Miyamoto to sign it. I was gonna say something else too, but I completely forgot. But that's cool. Love Luigi's face there. That's actually kind of funny. That's probably one of the funniest things. It's just his face. And how just dumb he looks. See, you don't need the derp eyes, right? To single dumbness. You could just have a blank stare like Luigi. But yeah.
No, all of us will disappear.
Yeah, Jacko.
Will be gone.
Right.
Yeah, Luigi just looks.
What do we do now?
We accept our new reality.
SMG4 is just out of it. He's giving up. Mario gets angry.
Young man.
So here's a weird thing, right? They're not meant to be, like... The reason... Okay. They're throwing them in a van because they're non-Nintendo IP, and they want to get on the other side of the barrier, right? And what they're about to do is they're going to send them to, like, a jail cell of some kind. Of where all non-Nintendo IP are going to go that want to get on the other side of the barrier. But for some reason, the truck is on the other side of the barrier where the non-Nintendo IP want to go. Why would the jail cell not be on the desert wasteland side of the area? Why would it be on the Mushroom Kingdom side? So this doesn't make sense. Because the non-Nintendo IP want to get on the other side of the barrier. But the truck is on, it's basically letting them get through. So they basically got through. And let alone, how did they even get the truck on the other side of the barrier? So you gotta think about this, because literally just in a scene prior, let's go back here. When Swagmaster gets captured, the truck is on this side. The truck is on this side. how did the truck get past the barrier if nobody can actually get past the barrier? This doesn't make sense.
Right this instant, young man.
And Mario gets on the truck. You'd figure someone would notice that, but, you know. Guess no one particularly cares that Mario's here, because this is the other side of the barrier.
Ooh. Hey.
And also, it looks like the Nintendo ninjas, they don't get in contact with anyone else at Nintendo, so it's just miscommunication. Just like many companies, how they miscommunicate. And it's kind of funny, because they don't know Nintendo's plans, they're just here. It's funny. And so here's the jail cell.
You let me out of here right now, or I am calling my 999 lawyers.
Hey, Stinky! Eto, tutto lavato, l'abito!
I'm Sonic. How long is this gonna go on?
So this is weird. This is weird. Is this meant to be a Nintendog?
Today's not my day.
Yeah, it is a lawsuit arc reference. Is this a Nintendog? Because if this is a Nintendog, I don't even know what to say about that. Nintendog is if it's okay, presuming this is a Nintendog, who developed Nintendogs? Let's Google this really quickly. Who developed Nintendogs? Nintendo. Nintendo developed Nintendogs and they published it. Why is Nintendog here? Oh, they explained it. They unintentionally explained the truck in the next episode. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, I'll give them that then. Even if it is unintentional. If they did just take a random dog. What was the next episode? Splatoon 3. Oh, right, okay. I thought Breaking Luigi was next for some reason, but whatever. Yeah, they put this is a Nintendog. It's literally in the name, Nintendo. Why is a Nintendog in a non-Nintendo IP jail? This is where we're all Nintendos. We're all characters who aren't from Nintendo but have been in a Nintendo or a third-party game. Is Nintendog's third party?
I have lung cancer.
Playtime's over.
These are gray area characters.
Now I'm serious.
No.
Mamma mia!
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh.
He was also on the Nintendo 64 until Rare
Yeah, you can't
got
do this. Goes
eaten by
against human
Microsoft.
civil rights law. You hear me, you stupid great bastards.
Whoa! Hello! Happy para to tarabato tutu. Oh.
What? Look around. All of us are caged at the moment.
See, okay, this AI voice is actually good. I'm fine with the Phoenix Wright AI voice. This one's actually good. You can understand what he's saying, and I think his words do match up with his text box. Or his caption, whatever. Why doesn't Lawyer Kong's speech match up with his captions? But yet Phoenix Wright's does. That makes no sense.
Helping anyone till I get out of here.
You figured the Nintendo ninjas would probably see what Mario's doing right now and try to stop him.
Oh. Whoa! What are you doing? What's going on?
Exactly, yeah, they should have rapped against each other. So Mario's on the other side of the barrier. So he's starting to turn back to his Nintendo self.
Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario.
Ooh.
I do like Miyamoto's character in this story. I think they portrayed it really well. He's like super wholesome, just like his what did I do? He's like super wholesome, like his real life counterpart. He's a really lovable person. They portrayed his character terrifically in this arc. I just muted. I just accidentally. Okay, that's probably what the M key did. Okay. They didn't capture. They didn't capitalize Miyamoto there.
Super Mario, everyone is here, so please take out the Yahoo!
Bowsette's in there. Cool. Yeah, exactly. They did not butcher Miyamoto at all in this arc. They did him really good. He's like Mario's dad. He's like, hey, it's Mario. Hey, Mario. Like, they even know like the Nintendo stare. Like they literally animated him barking. Nintendo dog. I don't.
Wow. Well, how you want? What legal service do you need?
Mario. So this is Mario's transformation back to before SMG4's Guardian pod landed. Love this, actually. I do like the idea, as I said before. Really cool.
It's me, Mario!
It's me. I'm Mario.
Woohoo! Hello! Let's go! Yahoo!
So, I think as Jocko said in the chat, that there is a tunnel between the kingdom and the desert wasteland, but I'm gonna bring this up anyway. Phoenix Wright was just on like the opposite side of the barrier in the kingdom, but now he's on the wasteland side. This is this is a thing where like, how did he get out?
Okay, how about SMG4, the depression arc?
How did he get past the barrier?
Yeah, fair.
Whoa! It's the famous lawyer Phoenix Wright! Can I get your autograph?
So Mario tells me you want to get through the firewall without pissing.
Oh, hey! They did mention the word firewall more than once.
Not Nintendo.
Okay, I was wrong.
I don't understand how.
I was wrong. Okay, I'll take it back. I was wrong.
No way! That's a temporary IP change.
They mentioned the word firewall twice, not once.
And you should be let through. Good luck.
So here is the temporary IP change contract.
Meggy, shouldn't we read it first before we sign it?
Nah, Phoenix Wright is one of the best lawyers in the world. I trust him.
This is a good setup. Look, okay. This is a good setup, but they went nowhere with it. Meggy signing a contract without reading it in almost like every TV show, movie, when someone signs something but without reading it, the majority of the time something goes wrong. Here they make Meggy do exactly that, but nothing goes wrong. Because so at that point, like, why would SMG4 even bring up the fact that, like, hey, shouldn't we read this first? And it's just like, I don't know.
Is something supposed to happen?
No, when Meggy turned back into an Inkling here, it was like it was huge. For me, like, it was a breath of fresh air to me. Seeing, it was kind of nostalgic in a way too.
No way.
Kind of remind me of 2017 SMG4, which is, and the 2018 SMG4, I love that. Oh my god, it's her inkling self again.
This should let us through the barrier.
And then we're left off on a cliffhanger. Good setup. Good setup. Really good setup. But, let's move on. If Mario was in Splatoon 3. Okay, Kevin, I love you, but you gotta, we gotta get to the episode. I'm sorry, man. All right, where are we going? All right, let's go. All right. Make sure my bitrate doesn't die from doing that.
It's so nice.
Right off the bat, starting in Splatoon, gotta be good for retention. This was actually timed. This was timed pretty decently, this arc, because this was the weekend when Splatoon 3 came out. By the time this episode did, and WotV 2022. It was also the time for WotV 2022, and during this time, not including in this arc, the 2 episodes before this one, there was a Atari episode that came out in between the first episode of this arc and the second episode of this arc, so that was timed good as well. So there's a lot of good timings for this. But, yeah, so, yeah.
I got it.
Mario and Splatoon. Love Miyamoto here. As I said, they portrayed Miyamoto really well. And that's a wrap. 10 years? No, okay. Alright. The whole reason they're doing this is for another Mario game. As expressed in the first arc episode to this. Yeah, Jocko, as I'm about to get into later in the this stream. But the whole point of this arc is to have another Mario game because it was 5 years since Mario Odyssey. And the whole point that this whole barrier firewall thing exists is because of that reason. They want to make a new Mario game. But Miyamoto is willingly saying that he won't make another Mario game in 10 years. So why go out of your way to make this whole firewall thing, this whole barrier, separate all Nintendo and non-Nintendo IP, separate them and all that stuff? Why go out of your way to do that when you could just call up SMG4 and be like, hey, we need to borrow Mario for a second for a Mario game, right? SMG4 is scared because, DMCA, so he just willingly hands over Mario, and instead of, saying to Meggy, hey, Mario's been taken or whatever, and he could have just said, hey, Mario's out there, he's making a game, he'll be back soon. He could have just said that, instead of Meggy going after to save Mario. Talking about the first episode, by the way, but whatever. You'd figure that if this whole firewall and barrier thing exists, is because Nintendo wants Mario. They want Mario back permanently. Which, it's understandable that they do. But, what's the point in having Mario back permanently if you're not going to make another Mario game in 10 years? Exactly. But Bowser's Fury came out in 2021. So, it doesn't make sense to begin with. But, it doesn't make sense? I'm sorry? I can understand if you permanently want Mario back, but if you're not gonna make another Mario game in 10 years, you might as well just give him back to SMG4. You might as well just do that, because you're not gonna do anything with him anyway. He's just gonna sit there. It's so weird. Oh my god, it's Meggy from SMG4. It is amazing to actually see Meggy be back in her Inkling form, fully animated in the newish kind of style, because 2017, 2018 has a different animation look to it, other than this. other than how SMG4 is animated now. So it's nice to see her kind of animated more smoothly, more crispier, stuff like that. And her Inkling form, even though she was, but yeah, it's the scrungly, but yeah, love to see her. And I think overall they portrayed her Inkling self really well. Personally, I don't think they butchered any of her character that was established before now. I think they did her Inkling transformation tremendously well here. Yeah, they just made her good again.
Okie dokie.
So this doesn't really make much sense. I get that they wanted to start the episode with Splatoon for the sake of retention. That's understandable. But, like, you could have started the episode here. Let's be real here. Instead of having a flashback to this point, and then going back to where the episode was before. You look at retention grass, it kind of spikes back up right here when the episode goes back to the Splatoon area, so it does kind of make sense, but, like, I don't know. Because then you have to go through this transformation sequence again, even though we saw it last episode.
Now,
it's kind of weird.
How do you feel?
And it's also kind of weird that, like, SMG4's reaction is kind of different too.
Great! Now you'll be considered a part of Nintendo and
Oh, they mentioned the word firewall again! That's the third time! That's cool! I was wrong. I was wrong. I thought they only mentioned it once, but they mentioned it 3 times.
I don't have a Nintendo IP form.
Okay. Alright. Okay, hold on, okay. Alright. Okay. I have a few choice words to say about this sequence here. Yeah, wait, you need to change to SMG4. Yeah. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this really quickly. Just quickly. We'll talk about this. So we have the first look at the redesigned SMG4. All right, that's fine. Okay, let's go back a little bit here. What the heck am I going to change into?
I don't have a Nintendo IP.
Don't have a Nintendo IP form. Remember the words Nintendo IP form. Okay. All right. Keep that in mind. How these contracts are meant to change them into a Nintendo IP form. This is why Meggy turned back into an Inkling. That's her Nintendo IP form. That makes sense. All right. We go forward here. Yes, his redesign here is considered a Nintendo IP form. So he's meant to be Stanley the Bugman, is what he's trying to go as. And as a result, he gets past the barrier, as we're about to see. However, in Waluigi 2022, as you recall, Miyamoto signs a contract, you could call it, yes, a contract, changing SMG4 into this form. Because he can't look like Mario, because that's Nintendo IP. So you can probably see... You can probably see a little bit of an inconsistency here. Yes. His normal Mario form is his Nintendo IP form. But this contract is meant to turn him into a Nintendo IP form. In Wafi 2022, when Miyamoto signs the contract and he turns him into this form that you're seeing on screen, when he turns SMG4 into the redesigned SMG4, that's supposed to be the non-copyright SMG4, which also is meant to be the non-Nintendo IP form. You can probably see a major inconsistency here. How this, in this episode, is meant to pass as the Nintendo IP form, but in Wafi 2022 and onward, it's meant to be classified as the non-Nintendo IP form. You can probably see the problem here. Even if the guard couldn't bother to check if he was Stanley, why would a IP change contract, whatever it's called, change him into this form if it's meant to change him into a Nintendo IP form? The guard doesn't matter. It's the contract that does. This is the problem. Exactly. It doesn't make sense at all. It makes no sense. I'm sorry, but it's true. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, this is a major hole in the story here that they just breeze by and were meant to accept. And I don't think many people actually caught on to. Which is probably why they got away with it, but it is a problem nonetheless. Just saying this is a problem. I get what they were going for with how this is supposed to be a teaser, a foreshadow, if you will, for the redesign. Exactly. The arc is built on a contradiction without resolving said contradiction. So, I hope that since me pointing this out to everyone, more people actually do catch on to this major hole in the story here, because I don't think a lot of people did when this was rolling out, and I don't even think I caught on to it, and by the time when my Lawsuit Arc review came out, but when I was thinking back on this arc, I did catch on to this, and I was like, wait a second, this doesn't make sense.
Come on, it's me, Stanley the Bugman.
We do this. Aha! Very good.
Is it just me, or is like the SM64 Mario here like not proportioned correctly? Does he look a little bit stretched? Anyone else? I don't know. It might just be me though.
No.
What are you doing? What's going on here?
Mario, don't tell me you forgot too.
Mamma mia! Eto, sono lavato, l'abito!
No.
Oh! Hey!
Like this. This is a really good flashback. Like this. Hey, my name's Meggy. Same animation, everything. This is incredibly nostalgic. This is really good. Love this. This is how you build on nostalgia. Right here. Same animation, all of this stuff. Really cool. Really good.
It's for the new Mario and Splatoon crossover game.
Okay. Now, for the rest of this episode, they're going across doing different Splatoon-related activities. However, this is supposed to be if Mario wasn't Splatoon 3. And, they barely did anything Splatoon 3 related, except for one scene, which you're about to see.
Don't be a dick.
Which you're about to see with the bow and arrow. which is right here. Good try capturing on Splatoon 3, but like there's nothing there's nothing really else here regarding Splatoon 3. I presume they didn't use Big Man because a Big Man model didn't exist. Which is probably another reason why they couldn't really fully do Splatoon 3 content in this video, because a lot of it probably didn't exist in GMOD yet. Which is understandable. I get it. But yeah. I get it. Yeah, they could have waited to do a Splatoon 3 episode, but you know, gotta get the timing in. They gotta get the timing in with the Splatoon 3 release date. Also, is there a weird... Hold on. There's a scene cut here. That's weird. Whoa, that is a weird transition. What the heck? Oh, it's the first time they use Saturn. Okay. Makes sense. That is a weird transition. Was there a scene cut here? Or was that an editing mistake? That is weird. That might be an editing mistake. Or it could have a scene cut there. I'm not entirely sure. Editing mistake? Yeah. Mario dabs. Cringe. Don't you remember sharing our dreams here all those years ago? Is this the same rooftop? Because I know this isn't the same rooftop as the anime arc one, but I can't remember the first Splatoon video they did if this is the same rooftop. See, as I said, I like seeing Meggy using these new animation styles and everything.
No!
Yeah, you're right, it isn't even a rooftop, it's Moray Towers.
Well, time to soothe my depression with memes.
What are you choosing Luigi for? He's crap!
So, I do want to point out something here that I'm going to point out after this scene plays, I guess.
Okie dokie!
Mario, look!
He said my dick was his dick, and I said, whoa, here's what my dong looks like.
So this makes sense. It is a part of the lore. How this world runs on like memes and stuff, right? That makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense. How Mario gets his memories back from memes, right? That makes sense in terms of the lore. However, I say however a lot. There's a problem here. Remember the firewall? Remember how people on the other side of the firewall, they get Nintendo-fied? They turn back into their Nintendo origins or whatever. They turn back into the personality that they had before SMG4's Guardian Pod landed. That was the purpose of the firewall. They're on the other side of the firewall now, where that is supposed to happen. However, the firewall doesn't affect Meggy. It doesn't affect SMG4. And now it's not affecting Mario, which you could say is because, you know, he looked at memes, he got better, whatever. So I guess, so you could say that, like, okay, the effect doesn't stack once it happened once. So once you revert the memories, and once you revert people back to normal using memes, the firewall can't do anything. You could say that. But why doesn't it affect Meggy or SMG4? Big problem there. They're on the other side of the firewall. You're exactly right. It's an inconsistency. Like, Meggy's... You could say, okay, well, SMG4's and his quote-unquote non-Nintendo IP form or whatever. But, you know... it's still, like, it's kind of meh. It's kind of meh. And yeah, Jacko, you're right. Maybe if they stayed longer, it could have happened. But here's another problem that I'm going to propose to you. How come it takes how come it takes longer for others? Like, for example, how come Bowser and Toad were instantly affected? Luigi took a little bit. Mario took, like, a longer time. How come it affects them differently? Like, okay, how can I put this? How come it affects them different lengths in time? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense. Like, for example, Luigi turned, and then Mario turned minutes later. Mario turned back into, his Nintendo brain. Exactly. No idea. Exactly. So it's just like, at that point, it is an inconsistency. Exactly. Exactly.
Memes.
Exactly. We could come up with millions of explanations and all that stuff. But eventually, we can come up with millions of explanations as to why things happen as they do. However, they what do we call it? It's gonna get really harder when more inconsistent stuff comes up. So.
Oh, hello. Ma, tutto ripeto, tutto sa tutto na pacche da pato.
Good to have you back, buddy.
The Inkling Police Department. Yeah, exactly. Theories and our own explanations shouldn't be substitute for actual good writing. This kind of... Yes, we can come up with our own excuses and everything, but this kind of stuff should already be established on its own. In the series itself, other than us. And that goes both ways, too. That goes both ways. So we can come up with, like, excuses as to, like, different plot inconsistencies and, you know, yeah.
Ah, crap!
SMG4 gets captured. Good animation. Yeah. Big Man captures SMG4. Estimates my head. Big Man would never do that.
Let those f***ers take this land! Eto, tutto lavato, l'ho
There's a scene. Here we go with the as I established in our first episode watch. Text, whatever. That is an old video, by the way. That is old. It's kind of weird how they chose that clip. So this entire episode, I'm probably gonna skip ahead here past this fighting scene. This entire episode is just building on the fact of nostalgia of like the old Splatoon episodes, which is fine. But you know, it's called If Mario Was in Splatoon 3, but they barely do anything Splatoon 3 related. There's big man. Mario kills a big man. Yeah, exactly. It's happy nostalgia, but like, it's good nostalgia. It's really well executed nostalgia, but like, they don't do anything Splatoon 3 related.
Oh no!
So, you know, it's a special treat, I guess. And then they turn back into their normal selves, which is just like, it's fine. I think that's an error. Yeah, there's an error there. All right is capitalized. That should not be capitalized. There's another. That's funny. It's weird that we have that I've spotted 2 capitalization errors in this stream. So that's fun.
Legal IP detected.
And see, now, it's another inconsistency. Now, as I was talking about earlier in this video regarding the redesigns, or the singular SMG4 redesign, which is meant to be a Nintendo IP here, but it's later a non-Nintendo IP. Here, they're detected as illegal IP, which you could just say, you know, it's just Meggy, right? But, like, they do go after SMG4 here, too. It's kind of funny. I just don't... I'm not even gonna bother explaining. It's just... Love how Captain Cuttlefish is just there for him just to be there. Exactly, Jocko.
Oh yeah.
Luigi's gardening again, so this proves that Miyamoto still wants to do Super Luigi gardening. Exactly, Jocko.
Quick, get in that RV!
Love how the RV's just still sitting there. Like, this isn't even like the Splatoon 3 lobby. This is the Splatoon 2 lobby. Like, come on now. Like, I get it, the map didn't exist in GMOD at the time of this video. But, like, I would rather wait for a Splatoon 3 episode that has Splatoon 3 elements rather than this being put out for the sake of timing.
Guys, you don't understand what we've just done.
You don't understand what we just done. Why did you do it?
What?
He's Lori Kong, that's a cliffhanger. This is a good joke. I like this joke. This is a good joke. I like this. I like this joke. Alright. That's the end of If Mario Was in Splatoon 3. We're gonna be moving on to, I think, yes, Breaking Luigi. Oh god. Y'all ready for filler? Oh god, alright, skip this opening here. Alright, so I'm gonna be skipping the majority of Breaking Luigi, because it's just majority of filler. Let's go ahead and skip here. I don't watch Breaking Bad because it's just not for me, personally. Not really. It's not something I would particularly watch, so I don't really get the majority of the jokes here. Yeah, the majority of this episode is just filler for the arc. Which, this episode, on its own, without the arc, probably would have been received much better than how it is now, because it's included in an arc, in this arc, so it's whatever. So, here they revert Luigi's memories back, yeah. They start making pinguses or some shit.
Luigi, you're
The ads at the beginning, here, the reason this retention exists is because this is where the episode starts.
Whoa, what's that?
Here, there's like no retention here at the beginning. The reason this spikes at the beginning is because this is the start of the video. People skip the ad and then they just go right to when the video starts. So for Meggy, they go off. I think SMG4 establishes that he has like an idea.
Once and for all, and take her home back.
Yeah, he has an idea, so they go to Wikipedia.
What are you doing?
And Mario and Luigi are tasked with making memes to return people back to normal. Which again makes sense. This universe does run on memes. So if they make memes, people return back. However, this entire episode is just filler. Remember the barrier? Remember the barrier? The firewall? You guys remember the firewall? Remember that? So they're making memes, and then they just feed it to the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. Which is how they undo the effects that the firewall bestowed upon them. However, after this episode, they just never bring up the concept of the firewall again. So yeah, we're skipping the majority of this here.
Let this be a lesson for you, stupid!
So yeah,
Get them, mother.
case scene. Luigi, there's some Breaking Bad stuff here. Let's go. Wait, where's this at? Here we go. Get to this part. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip the majority of this. There's no reason to watch this.
You're sure about this?
I'm positive.
So security checkpoint, break through the security checkpoint, and they have to go, and they're off to Wikipedia. They make pinguses. Now, this is when a major problem for me starts arising. Here they turn Boopkins and Bob back to normal. Right.
It's a time.
And we never see them in their Nintendo-fied state. Wait, does Zervan really say that? Yeah. We never see these two in their Nintendo-fied state, right? So... it's kind of hard for me to connect here when they turn back to normal. So it's like, I'm sorry, but like, these two are perfect. They're perfect for this arc. They're like the #1 Nintendo IP characters outside of Mario and Luigi. And they barely use them. They use them for this scene and at the end of WotV 2022. That's when they use them. They're Nintendo IP. There's so many Nintendo IPs that they introduced into the series over time that really could have played a role in this arc. Waluigi, Wario, Bowser, people like them. We never see them in this arc, including Boopkins and Bob. Boopkins and Bob are the prime examples here. They could have used them in this arc. Imagine. Waluigi has these rejection powers established in the Waluigi arc. They could have used him and used his rejection powers in this arc somehow, similarly to how they did it in the stupid Mario Golf episode in 2021 where they pulled it out when he went up against Matt. They could have done something similar to that in this arc. He's Nintendo IP. They could have used him. They didn't. They could have used Bob and Boopkins. Bob and Boopkins have barely seen any screen times in arcs since the anime arc. They've had some scenes. They had some scenes in the YouTube Genesis and Revelations. They had some, don't get me wrong. But major roles, no, they really haven't. They haven't had that since the anime arc. At all. And they had a golden opportunity here to use them more than just a couple scenes, and they only use them here and in Wadfi 2022. The most they got was the redesigns out of this arc, and they barely had any screen time. Yes, they could have used any other Nintendo characters other than Mario and Luigi, but no. Waluigi, they had an entire arc around him, and they could easily build up his character more. Smash! Master Hand! They could have used Master Hand. Smash is something... is very heavily, is in the lore, okay? I lost my words, but it's in the lore. They could have done something for Smash. Smash related. Master Hand. Waluigi. Anyone else. But, like, they really only use Bob and Boopkins in one scene and in Wadfi 2022.
Cancer, come get your cancer.
They don't even show them in their Nintendo IP forms. It's annoying. That's all it is.
We're done when I say we're done.
So basically, Lawyer Kong comes in. They make a Breaking Bad joke here.
Oh, Luigi, there's one thing you forgot.
Mommy.
And then Lawyer Kong captures them, right? So now we have something that also needs to be a little bit of addressed here. This scene here kind of makes the last two episodes feel kind of pointless. Kind of pointless. So Mario and Luigi get captured again. The concept of the firewall is completely gone at this point. So it just exists now. Which was the main setup, the main plot of the arc, is basically filler if you think about it. Because Mario and Luigi get captured, and they're pretty much just captured. The only thing that you really need to know is that SMG4 and Meggy, they went to Wikipedia. That's it. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know about them turning everyone back to normal with memes or whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
SMG4, we spent so much effort trying to get into the firewall.
Oh, that's the fourth time. That's fourth time. They mentioned the firewall. Ooh.
What did you bring us
fourth time
out for?
We're here. Stop.
Oh, my goodness.
This is it. There has to be.
That was weird. Hold on.
Goodness.
This is
the text, the caption. The caption fades out there for some reason instead of just a hard transition. That's weird.
Legally go back into the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm gonna need to get my lawyer brain out, won't I?
But yeah, that just kind of reiterates the fact that the concept of the firewall is pretty much just pointless. I'm sorry, but like you're just gonna it's such a cool concept, and yet they did the bare minimum with it. And at this point, it's just like, this episode was kind of just like, yeah, this is going to be the rest of the arc, isn't it? So next up, we have the spooky thumbnail and the spooky title. Nintendo has claimed this video, so this is when things get a little bit sussy, or a little bit more dramatic. So there's nothing really much to say about this episode, honestly. Okay, we don't. There's nothing really to say much about it. SMG4 and Meggy are in Wikipedia. Yeah, Meggy's a lawyer and a sports trainer.
Silence!
Miyamoto, wholesome Miyamoto, wants to bring out his children.
Stop! Sir, I took them.
Yeah.
They are sick. Look.
What did you say?
Ooh.
Surprise! But
Miyamoto's upset. I loved it when Bob said it's bobbing time and then bobbed all over the place. See, now the AI voice is actually sounding decent. It's actually sounding decent now. And the captions, they match up with what he's saying. Wow! Why what was the problem at the beginning? What was the problem at the beginning? Why were his captions at the beginning not matching up with the speech? And his voice sounds actually way better now for some reason. You can actually understand what he's saying. And there's the DMCA, which Jocko stated in the chat earlier that in the first episode this was a blank piece of paper in the arc. This was a blank piece of paper in the first episode, and now it actually has a model, which implies the fact that the model was not finished in the first episode. So, carelessness, yeah. So here's another thing. Mario does not know what the DMCA is, despite that being a threat in the first episode, which clarifies the fact that the first DMCA in the first episode was a piece of paper. So Mario doesn't know what this is because he never seen the actual DMCA before. So, you know, cool. So that's, I would say that's an inconsistency, but it does make sense because before it was a piece of paper, but like, it's a stretch.
Oh no. Mamma mia. Oh.
It's a stone, Luigi. See, I love what they do with the Nintendo references here. Like, this is a stylus from a 3DS. That is so creative. I love that. That's the highlight of the arc, is the usage of Nintendo-related items. Like in the first episode, how they used Mario Kart items to fight. Here they're using a stylus. I think one Nintendo Ninja had a nunchuck and a Wii Remote before. So those are creative ideas. Love that.
Okay, SMG4, we're here. Now what?
Okay, according to this, we need to go to the section on IP.
I also like this. This also coincides with the what's it called? This coincides with what Cosmology established on how internet works in this universe. including Wikipedia here, and I love how they portray it as like this ancient castle that holds like a vast amount of knowledge. Really creative, love it. Really good portrayal of Wikipedia.
Come on, this way.
SMG4, I don't like this.
It's okay. I'll protect us. See?
Teletubbies. Super Mario Bros. Film. Clown. 2016 reference. Jacko just brought up a great point that, yeah, I didn't even realize. SMG4 can probably just look up this on his laptop. Yeah. So, if you think about that in that regard, filler. Filler. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Easily, just look this up on his laptop. So, cool. But gotta get the drama in there, I guess.
How did I suddenly stumble into furry
Time to repent your sins.
So yeah, this whole time is just a bunch of like gags and comedy and stuff like that. See, I like this. I like this. This is cool. Yeah, I like that. It's unique. This one scene with Markiplier, that's cool.
Yes, it's gotta be through here.
This is also kind of cool looking too. With the books.
Or I don't think we're ever going to find it.
No, according to this, it's in here.
What's in here? What are we even looking for?
We're looking for an article on parody law.
Ah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
What? Rosalina smiled.
We don't need me.
My name is Jeff. Oh, maratuturo sa rebaro. Okay. O pares ko ng barangay ko naman ng ituro naman.
And here, yeah, she doesn't need those glasses. Let's be real. So here we have I guess technically a fourth wall break. Technically, SMG4 characters, implying that he's on a show. Not really the case in cosmology, but all right. Not really the case. It's like, oh, yes, the characters in SMG4 will help you make a good game. Alright, he's self-aware that he's in a show. Which, technically, cosmology was kind of not like that. Even in SMG4 Origins, he does make videos, yes. I'm sorry.
I see.
It's alright.
まだまだですね。新曲披露と思うと緊張して胸がナミさんと一緒に。
Alright, so essentially, this is pretty much at this point turning into a another SMG4 episode that already exists, where they just combine a bunch of, like, you know how like sometimes prisoners will like cut out like images in like newspaper or stuff, and they would glue them together, form a sentence, so they can't track their handwriting. This is essentially the same thing of a video that already exists. I think it's called SMG4 Expands His Brain, if I recall correctly. Which is essentially this. And it's kind of weird that you're essentially doing the same idea again. Which I get it, it's funny. But like, you're gonna do it more than once. You don't really need to watch all this as, again, filler, essentially, of an episode that already exists, except they're showing Miyamoto. And I don't want to see Depresso, to be honest with you. Alright, so let's go and skip here.
Oh man.
Nope, 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 nope. Ugh, where is it?
Oh. Ha! Oh, come on, please work.
Alright, okay, yeah, yeah, could have done that! Could have done that earlier. Could have done so. Could have done that. Could have done that earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why didn't you do that to begin with?
Okay, Miss Lawyer Student, you're up.
Yeah. Could have done that before. Yeah. Could have done that before. But all right. I'll let it slide.
I need paper.
Here? It's in case I need to go to the bathroom on these wacky adventures.
So Meggy comes in, makes the parody contract, copies it right from Wikipedia. Okay, we don't need more of this. It's essentially the same thing. Here we go. Just cut to that.
Okay. This should be it.
So,
why? Okay, you all probably can't tell this on the stream, but there is a little bit of a. Why is this is blurry as heck. This shot is blurry as heck. That's weird.
So, are we protected?
That one frame is blurry as heck. Well, it's not a frame, but you know. We're about to so you know things are gonna get real when they pull out the whole cast. You know something's gonna happen when they bring out everyone instead of just a couple characters.
And thus, we can clearly see that the defendant has no bitches.
Objection! Who said that? Judy girls don't count as bitches.
Oh.
And here's another thing, right? Let's go back to that shot here. All right, no, I'll let it slide.
Bitches.
I'll let it slide. Never mind.
Oh crap!
But yet they have whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I'll let it pass.
This has gone long enough. Break a Zuzu.
それと私も死んでますけど。
Kirby's the judge, which is another problem that I'll bring up in Watfi 2022. Also, fun fact, I think this is the episode that doesn't have SM64 in it at all. Am I correct on that? I'm pretty sure it's this episode. It's either this episode or the next episode that doesn't have SM64 in it at all. I might be this one, I'm pretty sure. That's a fun fact. That's not a problem, but it's a fun fact for you. I'm pretty sure.
What's going on here?
Black bars, yeah. No, we didn't miss the episode. So, here's a thing. Phoenix, right? As you're about to see, after his inclusion here, just a couple minutes ago, Phoenix Wright was here. After that, he just disappears. he's just gone right out of the. He just leaves. He's just gone right out of the scene. It's like he wasn't even there to begin with. And at that point, if you're not going to use Phoenix Wright for this particular scene, why use his game in the first place? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Boo. But yeah. So here we have drama.
It's over.
And we've seen this before. Yeah, he really ditched. Yeah, he really picked up and left.
Oh no!
Oh no, Meggy.
Hey, guess we didn't make it in time.
I guess you could count this as character development, but we've seen this all before, so it's kind of just a repeat at this point.
Glad we met.
So, yeah, yeah, Swag just falls. So, I'm about to rewind here, just a little bit, Yeah, here's a sad scene. No, it's a little bit of a sad scene here. Also want to point out this inconsistency here. In the back here. Let me see if there's a better shot of this. The old man falls because he is considered non-Nintendo IP. He's from Pokemon. The old man is from Pokemon. So, a little bit of a inconsistent there. A little bit. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit here. To the point where Lawyer Kong slaps the contract out of Meggy's hand. She needs to show this to a judge, which is Judge Kirby. So if she shows this to Kirby, we know for a fact that Kirby is going to destroy the DMCA. Like, the DMCA explodes, and and that's it. That happens in WotV 2022. So basically, everything that happens after this point, and to the point where the DMCA explodes, is filler. It's filler for the point of drama and tension. And it's not good tension because it's not built up tension. We know this is filler. That's it. And I'm sorry, like, what? It's filler. And that's it. I don't have anything else to say about that. It's other than the fact that it's just filler. For the point of being dramatic. Because all she has to do is show it in front of a judge. And that's exactly what she does. Because at the end of the rap in WotV 2022, right? Essentially, the scene happens, except for Lawyer Kong not slapping the contract out of Meggy's hand. It's the exact same scene. Nothing happens between this episode and WotV 2022 in that scene. You could watch this arc, not have the scene where Lawyer Kong slaps the contract out of Meggy's hand and everyone dies, and it would still function. You could still watch it. You don't need to know that all the characters die. You don't need to know about all the characters dying. Exactly. You can predict the outcome. Yeah, pretty much a major problem. So, we've seen this all before. This happened in the YouTube arc. We all knew that the characters would be returning next episode because they're not going to kill off the majority of their cast right then and there. So, there's no point. There's no point. I can't get emotionally attached to the scene because we know they would return next episode. We know they would. So it's, you can't get attached to the scene. And yeah, I don't think Shroomy was here. I don't think he was. Let me see. I don't really pay attention. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see. Shroomy. Oh yeah, Shroomy's there. Let's see. Does Shroomy fall at all? Let's see. Go a little bit forward here. Let's see if Shroomy actually falls. No, Rob was there. I remember Rob falling. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Okay, Meggy. Just okay. Yeah, Rob falls. Jub, Wimpu, Bell, SMG 1 and 2. And then 4 is just sitting there. Let's see. Do we see Shroomy at all? No. No. Shroomy's just not there. Shroomy didn't fall. He just disappeared. He could be behind Wheeler's Wheeler. He could be behind Wheeler, but that's kind of a stretch. Yeah. Shroomy was there at the beginning, but then he just disappeared after that point, so cool. SMG4 survives this. That shouldn't have happened at all. SMG4 should have fell when the DMCA was signed, if the DMCA was supposed to do what it was supposed to do. But yeah, this is just This is just drama. It's just drama for the sake of drama. They're not gonna kill off Melony. They're not gonna kill off all these characters. They're not gonna kill off 1, 2, Tari, SMG3, Old Man, Psycho, Karen. They're not gonna kill off anyone. It's just drama for the sake of drama. We know they will return next episode. Exactly. If it was the first arc you ever watched on the channel, maybe you would get attached. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe you would. I'll give you that. Maybe you would get attached. Maybe you'll be like, oh crap, all these characters are about to die. But if you've watched SMG4 before this point in the series, you know, you just know. You know that it's not permanent. So it's impossible to get attached here. Think of how Axel's death was treated. That you can get attached to that. I got attached to it. But this, no, you can't. It's impossible. You can't get attached to this. No, you just can't. Alright, let's move on to Goodbye SMG4. Here we gotta get our depression episodes in, alright? Alright, gotta get those in. Doesn't even start with an SMG4 intro. So, here we have, this is just beyond weird. This is, alright, I'm just gonna let the scene play out.
Remember that time we had that chain shop chase after us?
Reflecting on videos,
or that time we got your ping stuck in the door?
Popular videos that, you know, could get other nostalgic.
Cosmic Eldritch Monster.
Could have chose other nostalgic points, but I digress. It's fine. It's whatever. Normal sad scene. You know, you could say this is development for Mario, but who gives a crap? Who cares? It's gonna be forgotten by the time the arc ends. By the next arc, Greg's death in the YouTube arc, that was supposed to be development for Mario, but Mario never changed after that point. Mario never changed, so at this point, the development for Mario here is pointless, because it's not going to matter. It's just going to be completely forgotten about after the arc, so.
Oh no!
It does kind of show, I admit, it does kind of show their friendship a little bit. It does show SMG4 and Mario's friendship. But that was also shown in the Genesis arc.
Can I
So you don't really need to show it more than once like this. You don't need to do that.
Hey guys.
SMG4 talks to everyone. Like, he talks, he fourth wall breaks, and he talks to us as the audience, which cosmology, which does retcon cosmology, what a cosmology did establish. He literally stares dead right at the camera. Now, granted, in cosmology, in the 10-year anniversary special, and the episode, a little bit of the episodes beforehand, there is a little bit of a gag where SMG4 is like, yeah, we'll solve it together, wahoo! And then he talks to a wall, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you looking at? It was a gag, but still, even then, a retcon is a retcon!
Thanks for watching SMG4 for so long. Goodbye.
Now, here's a little bit of a problem here. So, all the other characters fell when the DMCA was signed, right? But, like, SMG4 is not going to fall until Luke himself deletes the channel. Which implies that SMG4 is linked to the channel itself, which is weird. Cosmology didn't really establish that. Like, it didn't. But the cosmology lore is so confusing, it's like, I don't even know. Like, I understand it, but like, there's so many unanswered questions in cosmology that it's hard to even say, like, without theories and stuff, you can't bridge this stuff together. That's what I'm trying to say. So this does imply that Luke and SMG4 are the same character. But, like, in cosmology, they definitely were not.
New Super Mario is very, very sad.
Yeah. So they tried. At least they tried. They tried to make it feel connected to cosmology. But in their efforts in doing so, they end up retconning part of cosmology. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Yeah, probably, Jocko. Probably intentionally vague to avoid explanation. Probably. So basically, this is the same episode as the a totally normal SMG4 episode. Basically, just kind of worse, to be honest. Basically, Mario's depressed. He doesn't have friends. He finds out something. He can do something about it, and then Mario goes and he does something about it, and then all the characters revive. And yeah, I'm just gonna skip ahead. I could not care less about this. Well, let's go back to here where Mario does learn about, he does have the parody contract. This is the same plot as the YouTube arc. It's the same, it's just rehashed and it's just in different context. It's just in a different context. That's it. It's just in a different context.
Wait, is this?
So yeah, Phoenix Wright is just coincidentally using the stall next to Mario. A completely random stall, may I add. A completely random bathroom stall. And he's just in the stall next to him. And he just so happened to get a hold of the parody contract. And he's like, oh, look, you can use this. All right. Here's the thing. Phoenix Wright was there at the scene in the last episode where all the cast members fall down. And then he just leaves. There was a way better writing-wise, there was a way better way for Mario to find out that the parody contract still exists. They can show it in front of a judge. Phoenix Wright could have just picked it up at the scene. But yet he ditches everyone, and he doesn't get shown again until he's in a completely random bathroom stall. A random bathroom stall. What are the chances You know how many bathroom stalls are in the world? How many bathrooms there are? And he just so happens to be in the one next to Mario.
Mario, this is a party contract.
Ooh.
If you got this in front of a judge, you can undo the DMCA and get your...
Why couldn't he have said this, at the scene, where everyone was falling down?
friends back.
Buzz-looking alien!
And then he dips, and he's like, oh yeah, it's only Mario can do this. Only Mario can get this parody contract in front of a judge. Why? Why? Why does it have to be Mario? Bob and Boopkins did not fall at the end of last episode. Luigi still exists, and Luigi was a main player in the arc. They could have used Luigi here, and it would have been at least different from the YouTube arc version of this. It's the same episode. It's the exact same episode, just in a different context with different action scenes. Yeah, sure, Lawyer Kong probably would have clapped him, sure. But it still doesn't excuse it. It doesn't. Like, could have used Mario. Or they could have used anyone other than Mario here, and it would have been different, and it would have been satisfying. They could, I don't care. Like, okay, they could have rehashed the same plot as the episode in the YouTube arc did. That's fine, but if they used a different character, it would have been more unique, or add Luigi to it, and it would have been more unique at the very least. But they didn't use Luigi. What happened to Bob, Boopkins, and Luigi? What are they doing right now? They still exist in the world. At least in the YouTube arc, nobody else existed. Like, no one else existed to help Mario at this time. Now, granted, there was people that could have helped Mario at this time, but they didn't choose to use them. But at the very least, they were in the internet graveyard, so they couldn't help him. But Boopkins and Bob and Luigi are still here. They could have helped Mario. And it's just refusal to use them.
I'm so glad we met, Ed.
Oh. Mamma mia. Ooh, I'm a superstar.
Alright, we're gonna skip ahead because this is all... gonna skip. I do admit, the action scenes here with, like, the Nintendo consoles are really creative. Except for the fact that this is a 3DS and it launched up a Nintendo DS boot screen. That's ridiculous. This is a 3DS and you're okay. Yes, I will show the funny face. Like, that's a 3DS. That's cool, they do some video game stuff, building blocks out of GameCubes, and then, using the home menu, that's really creative, I love that. Guys in a disc drive, it's cool.
Mamma mia! Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's him. It's Lopper Young. Holy crap.
Mario, how do you think this will end?
Are you sure you want to start another game?
It's the funny!
Big monkey?
God damn it!
DS stylus. See, it's creative. I do like the action scenes here are what really like thrive in this arc with how they use Nintendo items, Nintendo consoles, stuff like that. It's really creative. I like it. That's what thrives in this arc. That's like the #1 best thing in this arc. And the fact that that's the number one thing is... Mario goes to the courtroom. Okay, you know what? No, hold on. I take it back. So it looks like the bathroom he was actually going in was the Nintendo bathroom in Nintendo HQ. Is that correct? So okay, I'll give him that. So it wasn't a completely random bathroom. It was the bathroom at Nintendo HQ. It looks like, from what I've seen. But that still doesn't change the fact that Phoenix Wright was using the exact stall next to him, and that even brings up more questions. Like, why was Phoenix Wright in Nintendo HQ and using the bathroom? So that's a problem. Weird coincidence. And so yeah, he ends up in the courtroom. And Judge Kirby's just drinking milk. Phoenix still detained? I don't think so. I don't think he was. He was there for, like, the scene last episode and ditched. Kind of weird. I don't think he was still detained. Because, yeah, he was broken out. Yeah, he was broken out in the second episode. He gave them the contracts. He left. I don't think he was still detained. And finally, whoa, almost like this episode didn't have to exist at all.
The contract Miyamoto signed.
You cannot be serious.
So Kirby in the scene. Kirby's in the scene is like, oh my god, this conflicts with the DMCA. We can't have a DMCA with this parody contract. All right, that makes sense. WOTV 2022, the DMCA doesn't get destroyed until the very end of WOTV 2022, but Kirby realizes, which is revealed to be Miyamoto, Kirby realizes that the parody contract does in fact conflict with the DMCA.
Lawyer
A little bit of a problem there, but you know, whatever. And wow! All his friends return. Oh my god. And there's Shroomy. So he did fall, but it wasn't shown that he fell. So SMG2 is holding a coconut for some reason. Look over here. SMG2, for whatever reason, is holding a coconut. I don't know why he's holding a coconut, he just is. Kind of weird. I don't know why he's holding a coconut, but he's holding a coconut.
Mario?
That's cool.
I'm alive?
I don't know why he's holding a coconut there.
SMG4 has been summoned for a trial. A trial that will determine the fate of all non-Nintendo IP.
Trial, that's great. These guys don't even have a Louis.
To refer to Theo, same voice actor? Okay, I'll give him that.
Proper representation.
Exactly, the channel was deleted. The channel was deleted. How did SMG4 come back? You gotta think about that too. At that point, you gotta bring in... Wouldn't it be cool, though? Like, if they brought in, like, Susan? They brought in Susan for this arc? Because, you know, SMG4, had his channel deleted, so they could have brought in Susan here to be like, oh, Susan, restore the channel! Or something like that. They could have done that. Just like how they could have brought in Waluigi and his rejection powers, they could have brought in more screen time for Baba Boo, because this could have been the biggest and best arc on the channel. So, that's cool. Fun fact here, when Meggy goes into lawyer mode, she loses her eyesight. She needs glasses, apparently. I get it, it's to fit the outfit, but like, she never needed glasses before, but now she does because she needs to be smart.
Well then, looks like the trial of SMG4 versus Nintendo is about to begin!
And then they have this big message. This is the same message that they delivered at the end of the Genesis arc. The thing is, that message worked in the Genesis arc. It was like, oh, the Genesis arc will finally end in Wadfi 2021. But no, this arc went on for 7 episodes. They didn't need a dramatic end title screen here to I get it, it's for marketing to advertise Wadfi, but it doesn't have the same effect as the Genesis title card did. When it was like, oh yeah, the Genesis arc will end in Wadfi 2021 because it's supposed to be an epic arc that lasted all year long and it will finally end in Wadfi 2021. But here was only 7 episodes, so it's like, it's the same amount of episodes as the Rapper Bob arc. So yeah, cool. And we've arrived at Wadfi 2022. And they have 2 different sides here.
Oh man.
One half of the courtroom, you have the Nintendo IP. And on the other half of the courtroom, you have all the non-Nintendo IP, aka the OCs. Or, you know, well, not all OCs. You have a Teletubby back there, but, you know. What's weird about the Nintendo side of the courtroom is that they chose the most random Nintendo IP to fill the stands. You have a Bullet Bill back here and a Cataquack. That is random. That is random. Very random fulfillment.
Mamma mia!
The trial of SMG4 versus Nintendo is about to begin. To catch everyone up, Nintendo has signed this DMCA, stating that all non-
So this would be fine, right? Having a trial to prove that the parody contract does conflict with the DMCA. Overall, that would be okay. But there is a problem here. There are many problems, but there's a problem here. During the rap, the reasoning as to why they should be safe was because of the parody contract. So it's like, why have the trial in the first place if you're just gonna use the parody contract as reasoning as to why the DMCA shouldn't exist? So that doesn't make much sense.
Nintendo IP should be removed from the Mushroom Kingdom. However, the defense has provided this parody contract stating that SMG4 and friends are not, in fact, infringing on copyright. Now with everyone caught up, let the case begin!
I'd like to start off my case with Exhibit A, Mario. This Mario is clearly a different Mario from the one Nintendo.
Objection! He's the Mario! No! Don't have this red head and blaster!
Wadfi doesn't get announced at the end of an arc until the pre-end episode. If that's the case, then why do they feel Wadfi has to end arcs if it'll get reviews regardless? Yep, yeah, that doesn't really make much sense either. No way the arc can get a boost in views if the Wadfi arc ender is announced so late into the arc. I get a boost. Yeah. So it doesn't really make much sense, to be honest. Also, I do understand the include. Now, yeah, that was a good point, but there was something I did not mention. I think the reason they did do that title at the end of the last episode, was because there was a 2-week wait in between the Wadfi and the last episode. So maybe they included that title there to say that, hey, we're not having another episode next week. So that might have been the reason why they did the title card. I don't know for sure, but it does make sense. That is a valid reason why they would want to do that. But the way they did it, they could have announced it something differently. They could have said, hey, we're on the community. They could have said something on the community tab. They could have said something They could have made like they could have said something on like the Mario Does Things episode, which was a Saturday episode anyway, and be like, hey, Wadfi's Lark's gonna return next week, so.
Objection, no, you.
Objection! Don't make me slap you!
Objection, bring give 'em little girl.
Objection! Little girl? That's it! You're going down, fatty!
You want a piece of me?
Order! Order! Order!
That was a lots of fun.
SMG4 whispers into the Kirby's ears to do Wadfi, which, if you were in an actual court and you suggested that, you yeah. Hey, instead of doing court, we could just do challenges.
Okay, new plan for the court. We will settle this.
See, what are these Nintendo IP that they chose? So I was gonna bring up a point later. I guess I'll bring it up now. The way they're gonna do this Wadfi is that they're gonna do Nintendo IP versus non-Nintendo IP, right? However, it essentially, while it sounds good on paper, it essentially ends up being just a normal Wadfi, because there's not many Nintendo IP they can choose from. They'll end up just using Bob, Boopkins, Luigi, and Mario. Like, you have a Cataquack and a Bullet Bill in the stand. Like, come on now. Exactly, why is there a Cataquack there? I get it, they wanted to choose, like, random Mario enemies and stuff, but, you know, you have more OCs than you do Nintendo characters, so essentially, it's just gonna end up being a normal Wadfi.
With a war of Italian.
I didn't exactly. You could have used anything other than Mario. You could have used Link, Waggy. You could have used Waggy, the Team Killer Inc. leader. You could have used her here. She's a Nintendo IP. Another character that they could have used in this arc. Literally, they could have used literally any other Nintendo characters. That would have made this Wadfi feel special, but it ended up just being pretty much the same Wadfi. Because it just doesn't make sense. Why use... They chose a Cataquack over literally any other Nintendo character that they established in the series. Could have used Yoshi! Could have used Yoshi! But no. They could have used, Link. Could have used literally...
My decision is final.
Literally anyone else.
Challenges.
I want to be on your side, SMG4.
So now Bob and Boopkins all of a sudden have a role, which is weird. This is the biggest role they'll ever get. Like, exactly, Waggy just insults Meggy from the background. Mario's in the stands, yeah. And this is the very few times, remember in the beginning where Lawyer Kong always would like whip out a contract, and that was so cool. He used like none of that throughout the rest of this arc up until this moment. Could have put Donkey Kong. Yeah, they didn't put Donkey Kong. It was Mario enemies, and plus their original characters that are Nintendo IP. So essentially, Luigi, Boopkins, Bob, and Mario are pretty much like the only ones used here. I think they used Wario and Waluigi a couple times, but...
There goes for you too.
God damn it.
Please help me. I'm scared.
Come on, guys. This is the best chance we have of winning this trial. So let's give it our all.
So, this is something I want to bring out. Or bring up. Kaizo is like, hey, we'll help you, SMG4. Yeah, we'll fight them in court. He didn't do anything. He did nothing. He didn't get a single challenge. He didn't give a single challenge at all. He didn't get a single challenge. And he's like, hey, don't worry, man. We gotcha. Don't worry. We'll help you fight the Lawyer Kong and all these Nintendo IP. And he just sat back and watched it all happen.
Okay, without further ado, let's...
I guess they consider the old man to be an OC at this point. It does... okay. They do consider the old man to be an OC, when in reality he's from Pokemon. Which is weird, but alright. Alright, we have challenges here. At this point, we're gonna skip out. See, they use Wario here, so that's... See, Melony versus Wario. This is cool. Yeah, Kaizo's there for moral support. Yeah, he's just cheering him on. So use Wario here. That's creative. You know, you normally wouldn't see Wario here, I guess. Well, that's probably the extent. That's the extent of who's fighting, of the challenges. That's the extent. You're not gonna get... They could have used the Team Killer Ink leader. You know how cool that would have been? You know how cool that would have been if they used the Team Killer Ink leader? They could have... It's Wario and Mario. That would have been fun. That would be funny if they made this matchup for to reference the meme, but I doubt it. But yeah. They use Wario. And then the rest of the time, I mean, they use Bowser here. That's okay. They use Bob. And then they use Mario. Mario. And that's it. I was wrong! Did they even use Waluigi? Let's see. Yeah, they use... Yeah, Mario again. Bob, Boopkins. Mario. Toad. They use Toad. That's unique. They use Toad. Luigi, and that's it. They didn't even use Waluigi. Wow. So I was wrong. They didn't use Waluigi. They could have used Waluigi in this arc. They could have used him. They could have added his rejection powers, but they didn't. Okay, I'll give them Wario, Bowser, and Toad. But the majority of these challenges, they're fighting Mario. Oh my god, it's Bolt.
You have all thought well.
He's out of breath! Kaizo is out of breath. He didn't do anything. Why? Not even the character. What? Excuse me? Am I missing something? They never use Kaizo in any of the challenges, yet he's out of breath for some reason. That's cool.
But, this is such a...
Peach didn't do anything. Neither did Waluigi, as we established. Yeah, Tari didn't do anything, did she? I don't think she did. Now that I think about it, yeah, I don't think Tari did anything either. So I don't know why they're acting like they're out of breath.
A hard decision.
And now the contract stops working for some reason, which is never explained why Mario was freed from Lawyer Kong's control. Don't know why. Don't know why Mario was freed from Lawyer Kong's control. Because that's never established. Yeah, they spend their energy doing nothing.
Back off.
to break this stalemate, it's time. Time for the closing statement to decide the victor.
Closing statement. All right. It's the rap. That's kind of cool. I like how they made the rap the closing statement. The closing statement.
That's right. It's time to break it down for you.
All right, let's do this. Here's
All right,
the
we don't need to listen to this. Let's be real. We don't need to listen to this. I'll go to the point where they change the tides.
Please, I don't want to be exiled. I was just a naive, stupid little child.
There, yeah, I wanna bring up a couple of lines in this rap actually. This line here, in particular, I hate this line. One of the two lines I hate. Let's go back. Now, I'll give them this. The Lawyer Kong AI voice is really good in this rap. They did really good with the Lawyer Kong line here. They did really good. The line, okay. They did really good with the voice here. Yeah. It was really good.
Please, I don't want to be exiled. I was just a naive, stupid...
I was just a naive, stupid little child. Y'all want to go back to SMG4, Mario Babies, and SMG4's Origins? You want to go back to those two episodes where it is really established, really heavily established, that the entire reason SMG4 came here in the first place was in a Guardian Pod, which is what the lore is built off of. This entire arc actually was built off the fact that SMG4 came into a Guardian Pod and made everyone dumb with memes, right? All right, okay. But here, SMG4 says, hey, I was just a naive, stupid little child. You were not a child. Also, you didn't have a childhood. Now, granted, you could create theories, and maybe he was a child in the Guardian Pod or something like that. Maybe he was. You could probably do something like, oh, he was just a code and he was born and then they put him in the Guardian Pod and he became an adult or something like that. But no, that's not in the lore. That's not in the canon series. You can't just bring that in. It's not canon. But this line not only retcons cosmology on its own, this is one line, but it also defeats the purpose of the entire arc here. It defeats the entire purpose of the lawsuit arc. All of it. It defeats the entire purpose as to what caused the arc in the first place. Remember, in the second episode, Lawyer Kong's like, oh, it all started when SMG4 came in with his Guardian Pod and turned everyone dumb. Now that this line exists, the entire point of the lawsuit arc there is no point to the lawsuit arc. There's nothing that starts it, because he was a stupid little child. Which, in granted, you could say that, oh, Lawyer Kong is suing SMG4 because of his channel. That was not the reason established in the second episode. In the second episode, Lawyer Kong establishes the reason that they set up the firewall was because SMG4 came in on his Guardian Pod and made everyone dumb. That was the reason established. There was a whole flashback and everything. But I guess the reason changed. I guess he's in court from his channel. Alright. Yeah. Cool. This line breaks everything. And it does suck. It does suck to see the story treated carelessly. It does. It sucks. It's heartbreaking to see that you have this amazing series with a lot of lore to it, a lot of built-up lore, only to have it thrown away in this arc. This line, in particular, I hate. I just don't like it. Because it breaks everything. And it's established. Exactly. There's at that point, like, and at that point, theories are going to thrive in what's going to be the lore in spin-off series of SMG4 created by fans. Fans are going to have to carry the lore established in the series. Fans are going to have to start connecting everything. But the problem is the show should be doing it itself. So what was the point in even building up the lore in the first place? But I do want to bring up another line here, which I hate for an entirely different reason.
Bro, your bits aren't even funny. I bet you're doing this all for the money.
Shut up, no one asked for your opinion. L plus ratio, plus you look like a minion.
That line, L plus ratio plus you look like a minion. This? I don't like this line. And not because it sounds bad or anything like that. I'm fine with it being in the song. But here's a problem. Whenever you deliver criticism to SMG4 now, this is the line that people harass you with. This is the line that people harass you with. When I made my Word of Fat Italians criticism video, people came back to my video and flooded my comment section with this line to harass me. Let alone the amount of harassment I received from that video alone. Over 1,000 people came into my comment section, and at that point, it's just harassment. It's harassment. Like I was just harassed by. At this point, I would call them SMG4 stans. Not even looking at the criticism itself, but pretty much just like insulting me, rather than taking criticism. But yeah, they use this line. This is the line they use. And if you ever want to deliver criticism to SMG4, this is the line that the SMG4 stands will 100% use. And not because, not because I'm upset by it or anything like that, but it is really annoying to have all your criticism not even considered or anything like that, because they'll just throw this line at you. Anytime you want to deliver criticism, they'll throw this line at you and pass it off as hate rather than actual criticism. So that's a line I hate. Let's go ahead and just go back here to what I was going to do. So yeah, at this point, Meggy pretty much just whips out the parody contract and say, hey, you can't do this. Like Meggy whips out the parody contract and she's like, hey, can't do this, right? Kirby realized this at the ending of last episode and did nothing about it. Nothing has let me make it clear, nothing has changed since Nintendo has claimed this video, since the last moment and Nintendo has claimed this video. Nothing has changed at all. There's been nothing changed. Cool. This was all established at the end of last episode, but no, you gotta drag it out for drama. You gotta drag it out for unnecessary tension. Pretty much just unnecessary tension. That's why they're dragging it out. Wow. Couldn't have seen that coming. Y'all remember when Waluigi 2021 came out? And we all thought that when SMG4 said that, like, hey, this Waluigi is going to be very different then or this arc is going to be very different from other arcs, and we all thought that like the arc would continue past Wadfi. Yeah. If only, because this is same thing over and over, repeated. Never would have thought that.
This cannot be.
And I love how the Nintendo characters that are actually used in the series jump, but you got a Cataquack back there that just doesn't. Why is there a Cataquack? Like, why? Just why? Why is there a Cataquack? I just wish they use... Like, I wish they used these Nintendo characters other... You know, they did use Luigi, but I wish they used them, like, other in this arc. They could have used them.
Yay!
E.P.
Oh, thank you all so much.
So yeah, Lawyer Kong turns back into Funky Kong.
So much. Can we still make drugs our main memes though?
And there's this twist here that Kirby was actually Miyamoto the entire time, which kind of makes sense, but also kind of doesn't, because Kirby and Miyamoto were separate, and the Nintendo has claimed this video episode. True, Jacko, they could use reverse psychology on us. It kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't, but whatever. I'll give it to them. That's the least of my concerns. That's the least of my concerns after what happened. Okay, it's the least of my concerns.
Miyamoto-san?
Wait, but how?
Kirby's not a judge, I guess. Don't know. Whatever. So yeah, Miyamoto's like, hey, I like ya. And then he's like, oh,
what's that?
Y'all ready for the redesigns?
What?
So yeah, as I established before, in the third episode, the redesigned SMG4 doesn't make sense at all, because in the third episode, that was supposed to be his Nintendo IP form, but here it's labeled as a non-Nintendo IP form, and it's the same form, so they're retconning stuff in the same arc. Cool. Great. At that point, it's just a slap in the face.
Yes. If it means I can stay here with my friends, I accept.
A Wadfi where they lose would be so beneficial to the series. It would be terrific. I'm about to get to that, Bolt. Don't worry, I'm about to get to that. Oh no! Redesigns. Holy crap-a-moly. Oh crap. Now I do like this a little bit, how SMG3 changes because he's linked to SMG4. But at the same time, after everything that happened, that's kind of the bare minimum. That's a scream of pain, you're right, yeah. Yeah, it's the bare minimum here. But at least they are acknowledging that 3 and 4 are connected. But like, you know.
I'm Asian!
Hey, welcome to the
It's the bare minimum, so.
SMG4.
I feel good. I feel better than good. Because I'm free! I'm free! I can make the videos I want to make again!
Damn, what a head!
I think he looks very handsome.
And of course, you gotta change Bob and Boopkins too. For some reason.
まだまだ行きますよ
I can feel my ovaries transforming.
Well, okay. I've already spoke about my redesign opinions plenty of times. I don't think you all need to hear them again. Boopkins needs optimizing. He has 4K eyelids for some reason. Boopkins is the biggest model in terms of size out of the entirety of the Lawsuit Arc redesigns because he has 4K quality eyelids. For some reason, he has 4K eyelids. Don't know why, but he does. Bob looks the best out of them all. And yeah, don't really need to talk about that.
You kidding me? Check out this sick gangster bandana.
Hey, that's the spirit.
You can tell there's a difference. Bob looks like love was poured into him. Like there was a lot more close attention. There was a lot more attention drawn to Bob than there was to Boopkins. You can tell.
Self-love is important.
Because Bob does not have 4K eyelids.
Mamma mia. Oh. Omaratotoro sorebaro.
Yes, boss.
I'm so glad everything turned out fine in the end.
Yeah, I've gotten used to this new body too. Look what I can do.
And now we can live on without being in fear of Nintendo.
That is a very ironic line because I'm about to give a major point of criticism.
Mario, you okay?
Oh, mamma mia.
Imagine if somebody did die in this arc, though. Imagine how much more backlash this arc would have gotten if somebody did die.
Oh, no.
Aw, that's probably the sweetest thing you've ever said, Mario.
Hey, Slashcraft
man.
Gaming, how are you
Thanks for
today?
saving us from that crazy monkey.
It's a nice callback to the second episode. They did the same kind of thing. Lawyer Kong, Funky Kong.
Oh no. Guys, get ready for a fight.
Funky Stadium, my beloved.
Who just wanna buy some weapons?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Do you have any anime paraphernalia?
No! No weapons!
Ooh.
Yahoo!
Yeah, maybe a little bit of firearms.
I said no!
This Kong has a funny gun.
And then they have a finale thing, like they did at the end of the anime arc. God, I'm losing my voice. Like they did at the end of the anime arc, they had the a similar thing where they're like Finn, like it was a big arc. They didn't have that in Genesis. They had a book, I think. That was about it. But this is a small arc compared to the anime arc. This is only 7 episodes. I don't know why they're treating it like it was a big thing. But we're gonna get Luke talking here. I'm gonna let this play out because I have there's a couple things I would like to say about what Luke is going to say here. I have a couple things that I do want to put out there. A lot of points of criticism that it definitely needs addressing.
Get out of here! Oh, it's good to be back. Hey guys, thank you all so much for watching that What Free. We had so much fun making it, and you know, it was really exciting to see the story come together in the end. We went super
What story?
better with it, and we decided to change SMG4's design and Bob and Bookins in case actual Nintendo decides to DMCA us. Woo. But don't worry guys, Mario and Luigi, their designs aren't changing, so don't worry about that.
Okay. This is what doesn't make sense at all. Let's go back here. Just a few seconds.
So much for watching that What We Review. So much fun making it, and you know, it was really exciting to see the story come together in the end. We went super meta with it, and we decided to change SMG4's design and Bob and Bookins in case actual Nintendo decides to DMCA us. Oof. But don't worry, guys. Mario and Luigi, their designs aren't changing, so don't worry about that.
All right. Luke in the previous sentence, he's like, "Hey, we're changing 4-3 Boopkins Bob's design just in case Nintendo comes for us." And then the sentence directly after, he states, we're not changing Mario and Luigi's designs. We're not changing them. Nintendo, okay, I can understand the fear of Nintendo. That makes sense. That is 100% valid fear that Nintendo's gonna come for them, cease and desist, whatever. And they're gonna be like, hey, you can't do this, make your own characters, but you can't use Nintendo. That makes sense. Valid fear. But this is what doesn't make sense. They're not changing the two big Nintendo IPs in their entire series. Mario and Luigi. They're not changing them. Nintendo, if Nintendo ever came for them, if Nintendo would ever come for the series, they're not going to come for Bob and Boopkins. They're not going to come for 4 and 3. They're going to come for Mario and Luigi, especially Mario, considering he's used in like every episode. Mario is in every episode. They make him do something dumb. Nintendo's gonna if Nintendo's ever gonna come for them, they're gonna come for Mario. They're not gonna come for Bob Boopkins 4 and 3. They're not gonna come for them. And this is why it doesn't make sense. So if you're gonna redesign those characters out of fear of Nintendo, why aren't you going to redesign the two main characters that give the channel the biggest reason why Nintendo would shut down the series? And even then, like, in many episodes after Wattfy 2022, for whatever reason, they're barely using any form of Nintendo IP anymore. Like, we've barely seen, Bowser hasn't appeared since Wattfy 2022. Wario and Waluigi have barely appeared. So it doesn't make sense. Now, I get it. They could have used this as a setup just in case Nintendo actually cease and desist them. And they're like, hey, so they can have a valid lore in-universe reasons as to why Mario and Luigi's designs could change. So, like, let's say Nintendo comes for them for the cease and desist, right? Nintendo comes for them, and they're like, hey, you can't do this anymore. At least, in-universe, they have a valid reason as to why their designs had changed. Right? Miyamoto's like, hey, we changed their designs off screen or something. But there's also a flaw in that. Now, I am going to make a comparison here. That I don't normally make. And I hate making. But let's take a look at Super Mario Logan. He received a cease and desist from Nintendo. And Nintendo was like, hey, you can't be doing this anymore. You can't be using our characters for the content you make. It's too offensive, which is valid reasoning, right? And so what they had to do is they had to change the designs for every single one of their characters outside of their OCs. However, at the same time, Super Mario Logan's cease and desist caused them to delete their entire channel. All of their videos gone. They couldn't have them up anymore. And they had to make a new channel, and they had to remake all of their videos from scratch. with their new OCs instead of the Nintendo characters. There's a problem. If Nintendo does come for SMG4, that could also very likely be the same reason. Be a very or a similar a very similar consequence. If Nintendo comes for them, they may have to make an entirely new channel and take down all their videos. They might. I'm not saying they will, but it's very likely, considering Super Mario Logan had to do the same thing. Now, I'm not going to get into the rumors of SML's cease and desist being fake or whatever for attention or whatever, but just saying, it is a valid fear, and if Nintendo does cease and desist them, they're going to have to take down all their videos anyway, and they could likely just start remaking videos from scratch, starting from maybe the Waluigi Arc or 2017 or something like that. Or just choose random videos to remake, whatever. That would be a lot of work, obviously, but it's a possibility. So, why establish that? Why establish Miyamoto's existence of, hey, at any point I could slap a contract on Mario's face and redesign him, just in case Nintendo does actually come for the channel. But at that point, you're going to have to take down all of the other videos anyway. So, doesn't make much sense. You all remember the one Said Mondnar skit? Where, not Said Mondnar, the What If episode, I think. The What If episode where it's like, hey, what if Nintendo shut down SMG4? Or what if Nintendo sent a cease and desist to SMG4 and it sent in and it had all those redesigns, and it was making fun of the fact of what's happening now. Exactly. An actual DMCA means SMG4 hard reboots, pretty much. So there's no point in establishing this Miyamoto thing at all, because it's going to be a hard reboot. It doesn't make sense. Exactly. No continuity can be carried over if the previous stuff can't stay up. Exactly. So, why are you redesigning characters in the first place? Is it for impactfulness? Is it for tension? Is it to make the arc more impactful? But the redesigns aren't impactful at all. There's no representation or reasoning behind the redesigns in terms of what the narrative established. So again, the fear of Nintendo shutting them down is valid, but the way they're going about it is incredibly weird. Now you could say, okay, for merch. All right, I'll take your comment. For merch, the only redesign that did get merch was SMG4, and they got 2 figurines from them. That's it. There's been no other merch regarding the redesigns. And not only that, if they're going to make merch from characters, they've already have been redesigning characters on the merch. There have been redesigns of SMG4 on the 10-year anniversary poster, for example. And so it doesn't make sense. If they wanted to do merch, if they wanted to do this for merch, then they could have just redesigned the characters for the merch. They could have just redesigned the characters in the merch itself rather than in the series. So it doesn't make sense. The redesigns make no sense at all. Please don't spam my chat. There's no video left to play. Why do you want me to play the video? I'm just gonna ban you. What's the point? So yeah. Overall, the redesigns, they don't make sense. If Nintendo's gonna come for them, they're gonna come for Mario and Luigi. But mainly Mario, probably. Mainly gonna come for Mario. Entirely. They're mainly gonna come for Mario. They're not gonna come for Bob, they're not gonna come for Boopkins, they're not gonna come for 4 and 3, they're gonna come for Mario. This does not set them off their radar if they're concerned for Nintendo. This doesn't. It doesn't set them off their radar if they're concerned about Nintendo. So again, it doesn't make sense. So, exactly. No amount of OCs is going to protect them if they're still using Mario. And it makes sense. It doesn't make sense because they're even without the redesigns, they're taking precautions to not include Nintendo IP in their videos. Or at least their characters in that regard. They're still doing Mario reacts to Nintendo memes, for one. That's a major problem. Well, just wanted to point that out. So, that's definitely not setting them off their radar. Of Nintendo's radar. Exactly. That's what it feels like. It feels like they did that. They included those redesigns was because the arc wasn't significant enough. And so it wasn't impactful enough. You can take out the redesigns, and this arc is just there. It doesn't do anything. Exactly. Mario Recolors, well, those haven't really been prominent in a long time, but I'm talking about characters like Bowser, Wario, Waluigi, Toad, Peach. Those have not been shown in like barely any episodes after WotF 2022, so they are taking at least some precautions. Well, I don't want to say any, but they haven't been shown as least much. I know Bowser hasn't appeared since WotF 2022. But they're still using Mario. It doesn't make sense. They're not off their radar. Just excluding certain characters and having... Didn't you learn anything? Like, didn't you learn at all anything from like the previous... Okay. So it doesn't make sense. Overall. Not redesigning Mario and only redesigning certain characters doesn't make sense. At all. Because Nintendo is not gonna... They're not gonna get off the radar. They're not gonna get off Nintendo's radar if they still have Mario here. So it's just confusing. At all. Like, what the heck is going on? What the heck went on behind the scenes that caused this to happen? It's so confusing. It's just filler. Exactly. Just filler. It's just the entire arc is filler. Entirely. Yep, Jacko, because Mario, I hate to admit it, but yeah, Mario is 100% their main view guy, unfortunately. And, yeah, they need to experiment more. If they want, you can tell that they do want to tell different stories that don't include Mario in the series. But if they want to do that, then they have to experiment with more episodes without Mario, and without having Mario in the thumbnail. If they want to get out of this area where Mario is their view guy. And so it is really disappointing. Really. It's really disappointing. Do they want to? That's the thing. Because if they do experiment, there is the potential, and I say potential because it's not a guarantee, there's a potential that their views are going to significantly drop. But if they do experiment correctly, and they do do their experiments correctly, going into 2023, if they experiment with more episodes without Mario, there is also the potential that their views may not drop. There's a potential there. If they experiment properly. And I mean by that, by slowly easing out Mario for other character screen time. If they do it like that, instead of just doing a hard cut to, hey, no Mario in this episode, maybe other characters could potentially get more screen time. Or make it so the views don't drop. So for example, if you introduce another character other than Mario, and have the Mario, and yeah, if you have that character show up alongside Mario, slowly ease out Mario, then they could potentially not lose as many views as they would if it was just a hard cut to no Mario in an episode. And it really sucks. It really sucks. Because us fans of SMG4, us hardcore fans, we want to see other episodes that don't include Mario in every single one of them. We just want to. We want to see episodes that don't include Mario at all. We want to see other characters that we actually love in the series be shined other than Mario. Yes, Mario's the main character. Okay. Sure. That's fine. I get that. Mario's the main character. But, like, in stories, it's kind of, not all the time, but it is kind of bad to have the main character appear in literally every shot. Not all the time, don't get me wrong, not all the time. Sometimes series do rely on, they do rely on main characters and stuff like that, but yeah. But in the case of SMG4, for example, having the main character take all the light is definitely detrimental because you have all these other characters that have so much potential in the series, but you don't use them. And it sucks. It just sucks. It just does. That's it. It just sucks. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I've been delivering criticisms. Exactly, Jocko. Yeah. But yeah, I've been delivering criticisms pretty much as of late. SMG4 returns this week. I said it would be funny if the first episode back, all the redesigns are just gone, and they don't even acknowledge why they're gone. It'll be really funny to me that they just start off the year with SMG4 back to normal. And Bob and Buchan's 3, they're all back to normal, and they just don't acknowledge the redesigns at all. To me, that would be incredibly funny. But at the same time, I get why they don't want to do that, because, you know, that wouldn't make sense writing wise or whatever. That would suck writing wise, but it would be funny. This is just an elaborate April Fool's prank, pretty much. It's an April Fool's prank that lasts months, because we are getting an episode on April Fool's this year, by the way. So... Exactly, Jocko. Exactly. It just... Overall, it really sucks. At the very least, glitch shows are typically the highlights of this company at this point. Like, SMG4 used to be the highlight, but at this point, glitch shows, Meta Runner, Murder Drones, those two in particular, not really much as Sunset Paradise, but Meta Runner and Murder Drones are pretty much the main highlights of glitch productions. This is why you watch glitch productions for those series, pretty much. The thing is, Super Raccoon Bros, the thing is, that reminds me, like, as I was talking about earlier in this arc, that Mario is technically receiving development here, which could be as an excuse, but the development gets undone at the end of WanFi 2022, pretty much, because they don't acknowledge the development at all. And the reasoning for that is probably, if I would guess, is that they're too afraid to change Mario's character at all. So they're making kind of fake development scenarios as well, because they don't want to change Mario too much, because they're afraid that if they do that, they're going to lose views. Pretty much. So they're not going to change Mario for any significant reason. And SMG4 is pretty much it's just that, like, exactly. Okay, that's another thing about Mario's character. Mario, at the moment, is my least favorite character in this entire series. Entirely. Completely. Because he acts like a child, and it is really annoying. He just acts like a baby. Instead of acting dumb, he acts like a baby. And there is a big difference between acting dumb and acting like a baby. Big difference. And Mario acts like a child and a baby. But yes, that was long stream. We've been streaming for, like, how long now? Let's see, 3.5 hours. So we made it. Yeah, he went from dumb to a baby. So yeah, pretty long stream. 3 hours of me critiquing the Lawsuit Arc. I hope that suffices. The reason I did this was because I don't, to me, the 9-minute review of the Lawsuit Arc, it didn't really cover some of the bases that I wanted to talk about, in my opinion. I covered a good majority of them, but it was kind of rushed. It wasn't really rushed, but it was kind of condensed into 9 minutes. So I wanted to do a stream that, like, uncondenses it, stretches it out more, goes into more detail, stuff like that. But yes, good night, Jocko. I am going to end stream, so that is perfect timing as well. So we're gonna end stream. It sucks that we're gonna end on a little bit of a sour note here, but yes, it is rather disappointing how this arc ended up being. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. All that good stuff. This is probably be a little bit of a playback. The bit rate was a little bit iffy in the beginning, but I think it did smooth out towards the end there, so that's fun. I will see everyone here. I need food. I'm hungry. Yeah. Good night. Thank you for watching, hanging out, all that good stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to know what a funny thing is? Here's an ad. For the funny. Thanks. But yeah, thank you all. I do generally appreciate you. I did not expect that many people to appear on Sunday night. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, good night. Ah!